This is the PML Korea League Finals. These four players have played through about like 3 months of online play to get here. Is that right?
Yep, 3 months. 12 weeks.
Yeah, so we've just been sitting here in quarantine playing Mahjong all day, and these top four players have like proven themselves as the best players in these 3 months. So they get the privilege of participating in these finals where they have a prize. Bicham, what's the prize?
A 1-day pass to PML when we open.
Okay. So the finalists already, just for placing in the finals, you already have a prize, right?
Yeah, you already got one free game.
Okay. So they won a free game, and then the finalists, they're now competing for this one free day of PML. But yeah, the rules we're going to be using is the standard PML rules. The final is going to be a 4-hanchan final. The UMA will be 25-10, and there is no agariyame. So if you're the lost dealer in South 4, the only way you can end the game is by having someone else win a hand, or if you declare no 10.
Do you want to go over the settings here?
Which settings?
The tournament settings?
Like standard hanchan, akanashi, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like, do you have the stream up right now?
No, I don't.
You can look at whatever streaming. It's like,
Okay.
we have no Nagashi Mangan, we have no Kiriage Mangan, no Tobi.
So what does that mean?
No Tobi? That means that you can have negative points.
What do some of those other things mean?
No Nagashi Mangan means Nagashi Mangan is basically if you discard only terminal and honor tiles for the entire round, and no one calls any of your tiles, then at the end of the round, if no one else wins the game and it goes to Ryukyoku, then it's treated as if you won a Mangan, but sumo. So you'll get 2,000 points from the children and then 4,000 points from the dealer. And then I guess the quirk of PML rules is like compared to WRC rules, the UMA is different obviously, so we're plus 25 plus 10 instead of the plus 15 plus 5 that WRC rules uses. And we don't have Kiriage Mangan or like rounded Mangan. So 4Han 30 is 77 on Ron and 79 on Sumo, whereas in WRC rules that would be rounded up to 8,000.
Cool. Do you think we're ready to start?
Yeah, I think so. Are the players queued up?
They are not. We're missing point.
Okay, I guess we'll wait for him then. And then we're going to be streaming on a 5-minute delay, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so the players will be playing and we'll be watching them 5 minutes in the past.
Point says he's ready, or is Point who's Point?
Yeah, Point is a finalist.
Okay.
So our finalists are, if we just go by their Mahjong usernames, I think it's Ashie, Point, Queenie, and either Lansha or Natsuai, depending on which account he uses. Can you see which account Tiger is using?
Launcha.
Okay. But yeah, I can see they started the game. So there's a 200 or 260-second countdown going on right now. And then once that counts down, we'll get in the game.
Okay.
Before that, maybe we want to talk a bit about the players. Do
Sounds
you
good.
have any picks for who you think is going to win?
Well, I don't know the players. I don't know half the players. But I know Lansha and Queenie are very good, and they beat me a lot.
Ichen?
It's hard to say. This is definitely a tight field.
So I think we haven't really seen like Olive or Point or Ashuna play a 4 finals before. The finals that we usually run for like our monthly tournaments, which they show up to, is like a 1 finals, which is a very different dynamic. So I'll to see how they approach the format. I think Queenie has a lot more expertise in like multi-Hanchan finals. And then I also think her playstyle kind of suits like these type of all or nothing games more than the other players. Where if she plays aggressively and she gets lucky, like fighting other people, I could see her coming into like a big lead that might be insurmountable for the other players. Because the other players, from what I can tell, are more like defensive and they try to lower their variance in their play.
Yeah, both Ashi and Point are extremely good at laddering. They avoid fourth like the plague. Unfortunately, avoiding fourth like the plague is not going to help you win a 400 like finals.
Right. It helps if you can like mitigate damage in like a bad Hanchan and then win the other Hanchan. So like if you get like 1-1-3-3, that's usually enough to get like second or first in a 4 series, depending on how the other people do. But you do need to rack up the first, or there's like no chance that you're going to actually win the Hanchan.
So, Queenie has won league finals before, correct?
Yeah, she has won, I think, only one PML league, but she has done it before. So she's experienced multiple finals, and she's also won one herself.
And how many times has Lansha been in the league finals?
I don't believe Tiger has ever played in a league finals before. Neither have Point or Ashuna because they come from the South Bay.
Yeah, they've never actually been to league enough to do league finals.
Yeah, this was the first time they had a chance to play enough games to like get into the finals.
Okay.
Which is why I think it's so interesting seeing how they're going to play.
Yeah. Besides Queenie, the other three are actually very solid, like ladder players. Which is, it's good to have ladder experience,
Right.
but it's not the tournament finals experience. So they're kind of not, you would not expect them to do as well in the first time. However, they are very solid ladder players, so you never know.
Yeah, whereas Queenie is kind of the opposite. Like all I see her play is tournament games. So she definitely has a lot of tournament experience.
How is ladder different than tournament?
Because in a tournament, it's kind of like first or bust. If you don't win the tournament, then there's no prize. There's no prize for like second place, right? Whereas in ladder, you get consolation prizes for like second and third. As long as you don't get fourth, generally speaking, you're going to be climbing the ladder, so to speak. Yeah, my screen, it looks like we're starting real soon.
I have 2-1 starting on the stream. Yeah.
After this loads, we can get right into it. Looks like Tiger's starting off with a really nice hand. He has a bunch of completed shapes already, and he has a Dora that he can use if he pairs it up.
So what is the Dora?
The Dora is the south right now.
How do we know that the south is the Dora?
It's in the top left. So because east is the Dora indicator right now, then it rolls over to the south.
Okay.
Point actually has a pretty scary hand already.
Right. Point has 2 calls with both Yokai tiles, and he has the Dora for value. So if he draws into that Dora tile, his hand's gonna be pretty huge. I think the question is going to be how long is Lancia willing to hold his Dora? He might just throw it now, actually, with the 3 slow draw. Yeah, he commits to either Sanshoku or like some sort of Pinfu hand.
So he's throwing the Dora early to be less dangerous.
Right, it's going to be less dangerous.
It's all
later. There is a risk of if Point had a pair of Dora already, then he would have like basically given him a ginormous hand. But he's doing that risk reward. Is basically calculating the risk reward and says that his hand is worth fighting for, so dropping the Dora now early isn't that much of a problem. And if he held on to it for too long, then Point has more draws to draw into the Dora pair, and it becomes more scary to play.
Unfortunately, Tiger is technically Tenpai.
Yeah, he has a Nomi hand. Decides not to take the Tenpai, so he still keeps his Sanshoku out. And I think if he goes into like a 6-pin or something,
So why
Anya or some sort of value, then he's going to push.
So what is Ricci, and why didn't Lancia Ricci when given the option?
So the Ricci indicator you see is basically a way to declare that your hand is. If you don't have any calls in your hand, for example, Point called the East and the Haku, he robbed the discard from different players, and that kind of speeds up your hand. But if your hand does not have any of those calls, and you reach 1 away from completing your hand, then you can declare Ricci, which gives you a Yaku. It lets you declare a win, and then it also gives you a Han, which basically the more Han you have in your hand, the more expensive your hand is. The reason that Tiger didn't call Ricci there is because even though he was 1 away from winning, the tile that he was waiting on was like a Tanki tile. So it was just one. He has 1 random tile, and he needs to draw into a pair before he can win that hand. And drawing into a pair, there's like 4 tiles for every type of tile. There's like 4 3-so, for example, and drawing into that pair is very difficult.
So the 9 of bamboo is the Dora this time.
Right. Yeah, we generally refer to the bamboo tiles as Sozu tiles. The kind of like thought circle tiles, Pinzu tiles, and then the character tiles. We refer to those as Monsu tiles.
Up, but I don't know.
Doesn't seem like there's too much going on in this hand. It's Ishantan with a potential Ipeko and some like nice close options.
So Ishanten is 1 away from Tenpai.
Right.
A ready hand.
Yes. Queenie's hand is also coming along pretty nicely, but she's lacking in value. So she really wants like a 4-so draw to give her Tanya.
Problem is, if she draws 4-so, wouldn't she be Tenpai?
Yeah, but you don't have to take that Tenpai given how wide it is.
So you're saying draw 4 so, discard.
Discard one.
So?
Yeah, you can free 10 on like the 6. Or you can draw like that 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 7 shape would be really strong.
Oh, let's see what she does.
Dude, there's no way she takes it. Dude, I've analyzed like a million Queenie games, she's not gonna take this one.
Oh, nice, you called it.
Yeah, I'm surprised she waited so long, or thought about that for so long. But
we do have
the player Queenie generally does not. Right. As a player, Queenie doesn't usually she doesn't prioritize like those quick hands. She basically like doesn't respect the field, so she's playing as if she's the only player on the board and just trying to maximize the value of her hand. Whereas some players might have taken that Ricci just to get into a state where they can win the hand and then like destroy other players' hands, since only one person can win in a round.
Also, do you see what's happening over here?
Yeah, it looks like points elected.
No.
Is
So I'm having trouble seeing what's happening to Ashuna. Ashuna, sorry.
He has a really amazing hand, but it's dead.
Oh, because Lancia has the 3-5-1. And then
he's like guaranteed to chase here. Oh my god, this is great.
Yeah, is she going to chase with the 4-pin? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, of course.
So she had two choices there that are like interesting. She can either take the 3-sided weight with the 2-mon, 5-mon, 4-pin, or she can go for the 3-6-pin weight. And the thing about the 3-6-pin weight is that she sees 4 of the 3-6-pin out, whereas she doesn't see any information about the 5-mon or the 4-pin. But she's still elected to choose the 3-6-pin weight, which I think is pretty interesting.
There's one.
Given that like Lancia has the Anko of 5-mon in his hand, that was actually a really good choice.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunate. On the Hote.
Oh, sucks. If there's Uradora, okay. So
under the river mean?
If you win on the last tile, then you get 1 Han, so bonus point. Yeah, I wonder how this is going to affect Queenie's play.
Lancia starting with a pair of the Dora.
Yeah, and then Queenie has 1 isolated in her hand, so that might be dangerous. Queenie is like the type of player to not hold on to Dora if it doesn't do anything for her hand. She usually goes for efficiency and tries to find value in other ways. So here it seems like.
Fortunately, she doesn't have to worry about
that. Yeah, a really quick Dora pawn. Yeah, now the Dora is actually her safe tile, which is nice. Sucks that she can't use it, but that is the reality. Tiger has the option to call the 9, so chooses not to. He likes the way his hand is right now. He Shamten with like the 3-5-7 pin, which is strong, and then also the 3 silicon third Chan.
And point is Tenpai? Or...
Yeah, point is Tenpai for Sunshine.
Wow, are you kidding?
So only 26 or 3900 because Oya.
Yeah, no reach. Yeah.
That was interesting that he elected not to reach actually.
Well, there was a Dora point on the field.
Oh right, that makes a lot of sense.
If like Lancia calls again, point might just fail. His hand is on.
Right, but with the Ricci, it turns into a Mangan threat. And as dealer, it's like equivalent value to Lancia's hand. I think that shows like how conservative Point is as a player.
Yeah, as a Contuso?
Right. Even if it was a Kanto, so if that was Rachel, I think we would be seeing a Richi. But in this case, it turned out to be the correct play. He was able to disable Masha's hand and then also won a pretty hefty amount. 39 in this rule set is nothing. It's like pretty valuable hand.
I don't know what Point is so concerned about right now.
I think he's thinking about how to balance the should like he drop the Dora first or should he drop the Haku first? Yeah, he likes to drop the Haku first and then
it's East and he's dealer. Wouldn't he? I would definitely keep it one more round just in case.
Probably more than one more round.
But the rest of his hand is also pretty good for like building a closed into shape. Mm-hmm. So he's just judging whether he should cut it earlier, so it's a safer cut and less likely that people will call it, or if he wants to potentially try to pair up on it.
Do you think he should have cut it there since he basically has enough sets right now?
Right. No, I think it's fine keeping it until Tenpai.
Until Tenpai is his last Tenpai draw?
Yeah. Given the progression of people's hands. And given that he has a lead, he doesn't really need to push for too much right now.
Oh yeah, you could just keep it forever.
I don't know. We know that nobody else is holding the East, but or the Dora, but nobody's discarded the Dora.
Yeah, right. So he can just keep it forever, let it go to Ryokoku, and then like call it a day.
Yeah.
If he doesn't pair it up.
This is, I mean, it's kind of his style, right? He wants to take minimal risk. That includes.
He's holding on to this North, which he's already dropped as his like super
as
safe
another
tile.
safe tile. Yeah.
Not to mention he's got 8-so for basically everyone on the table, and 9-so for everyone except Tiger, but like Tiger's definitely going to be safe in the 9-so.
Right. Okay, so Rachel does elect to reach. And the 7-so looks like a pretty decent weight. There's in the wall right now, right?
There's 3 in the wall. All 3 of them are there.
The
I'm surprised he didn't reach on the 3 on though.
So how dangerous is it in this sort of situation to reach when you don't see any of the Dora out on the field?
I think with the East Dora, it's less dangerous, mostly because only one person can have really can be controlling the Dora, which means you're fighting like a 1v1 against one person, and they might not even have like a quick hand. Whereas if the Dora was something like a 5-mon or a 6-mon, for instance, then it's a lot more likely that other people have the Dora in their hand, and it's usable. But situations like this, where like everyone drew one of the Dora and like no one can actually use it to pump up the value of their hands, is pretty common.
Everyone very quickly got rid of their Dora.
Right, as soon as it became safe. It kind of sucks that she drew into the 3-1. I think the read was correct.
You don't think the Suji 3-1 was been a better weight?
No, I don't think these players would deal into the Suji.
Okay. Oh, Tiger has an amazing starting hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has 2 Dora and he can call it in, so...
And a fully completed set already.
He completed the penchant. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Oh, what is this?
I'm assuming he's just going to call, but...
Oh.
This is so delicious.
Now it's kind of harder to play.
It's harder to finish his hand. Now he's got too many good tiles. What is he gonna do? Cut 7-so? 7-so? No? 3?
Yeah, no, 6, 7, 9. He can reach E on the 6-9.
Right.
He's looking to call this East.
it's going to be interesting to see what Oliver does with the East, or actually, just because his hand isn't really progressing right now. And he might look to pivot into something like Honitsu or Chitoi, where he would actually be using the East. So the East might not be that easy to call.
So it looks like
yeah, Longshow's next drop backfired. He drew into the other one.
Oof, double backfire.
Yeah, I think he might have been a little too tunneled in on the 7-mon hanging from his hand. But I'm not exactly sure. I think the early Monzu drop from Queenie and Ashiyuna clued him in that the 7-mon is connected to like some strong tiles. But I think that's a little bit of a stretch to drop the 6-9 Nobeton when you're searching for a head and expecting to call the East.
I mean, you can also use the East as his head, but then he has to reach or
right.
maybe get Sanchoku.
You definitely want to call the East.
Okay, well the 7 looks pretty safe now, so he's technically Ishanten.
Right.
Unfortunate drops.
全部ちょうだい
Oh, the winner's dealer is
There we go.
ピンフ
Yep. I think the biggest thing about this one is the Richi stick and the Humble on the board. So normally this would just be a 3900 hand, but because of the Richi sticks and the Humble, it gets bumped up to 5800.
It also disables the strong
Now
sand
Queenie's
on
back in the game.
the board.
Yeah, it looks like Oliver has the best hand here, but I can see Queenie's hand progressing pretty nicely as well. I'm interested to see how Point is going to play his hand. If he's going to call the Hatsu and then how he's going to like progress. What safe tiles he's going to keep and such. And what shapes is he going to prioritize. He doesn't even call the first Hatsu, which is pretty interesting. I think that shows how much he values the defensive utility of these Yakuhai.
I think he's got a lot of like Penchan or Kanchan weights.
Right, he has a lot of bad weights that he wants to fill up before he's confident in calling Pippin.
And his like random Kanchan middle tiles are gonna be unsafe later.
So why is a 6-8 a bad weight?
Because it's only waiting on one specific tile. To complete the set, you need 3 tiles, either in a run, so like 6, 7, 8, or as a triplet, so like 6, 6, 6. In this case, he has 2 of the outer tiles, the 6-pin and the 8-pin, and is only waiting on the inner tile, which is the 7-pin. Especially because there's one of them being used as the door indicator right now, it's very hard to come by. Whereas, for example, if he had like 3, 4 in his hand, the inner tile and an outer tile, then he could be waiting on 2-pin and 5-pin. Which is just more weights. He elects to call it here and then keeps the Sha as a safe tile, and then he's basically locked in his shapes. So he's getting rid of the 6-8-mon, Kantan, and then he's going to use the 6-7-7-7 shape as both his head and his one of his Mensu.
Why do you think he did not elect to keep the 4-6-8-pin weight over the 6-mon drop?
No, definitely safety. He doesn't want to throw the Dora at all. If he cheated the 5-pin, for example, he'd have to part with the Dora.
Yep. Oh, unfortunate. What's he gonna do?
Alancia, he's both folding and also pivoting into Chisoi here. He decides that his hand's not worth it.
Yeah, sensing danger in the field. Oh, it's a reach.
Why are some tiles lighting up red in, say, Queenie's hand? and points hand.
Those are the danger tiles. Those are people's winning tiles.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Wait, you have the setting turned on?
Yeah.
I never use the deal thing. I think it looks weird. So Lancia hits Tenpai, but he elects not to fight the Ricci directly. Sure. He doesn't see any Dora.
Now he's at a super crossroad. What should he do? Tuso is pretty dangerous. It's not like the worst thing in the
He
world.
doesn't have enough information to make it like very safe.
1
And it is a dealer Ricci we're talking about.
つも全部ちょうだい
Okay, Queenie's like
リーチつも
back in the game.
Got him.
Yo,
Did she flip it around? No.
no. But the chi,
But yeah, that's still enough. And the Honda is racking up. Like the 6K became a 7200 hand, which is actually starting to impact the game.
yeah, if she wins any hand, just gonna get first temporarily.
Yeah, if she wins like 1500 here, that becomes 3000. That's like so huge. I think the momentum is definitely on Queenie's side right now.
Yep, it's the slingshot.
Is that how the slingshot works?
Yeah, you pay in a lot at the beginning.
I don't think you can slingshot in like east round. I think slingshot theory only works in south.
Okay. It's just slingshot theory should work on your next dealership. Usually that
Okay.
ends up being in
Slingshot
south.
theory.
So slingshot theory is when you pay in a lot in the beginning of the game, and then later on, usually on your dealership, but sometimes, just randomly, you rack up more and more points as you make a comeback later on after having dealt in an enormous amount of points.
That doesn't seem a very good way to do it.
Yeah, in general, if you just didn't deal in the first place, you would have even more points. But it's all fun.
No, I think especially with the players just playing against, these players are not going to push into a 4th place Ricci, so it's actually a lot easier for her to slingshot back. Which is why I think the player matchup is really in her favor. Just like the defensive nature of like point Ashina Lancia. You saw it when refused to call like the first Hatsu and go to end Queenie's dealership. Instead he played like very hesitantly. And that gave Queenie a lot of opportunities to declare these Riccis that are really like paying dividends.
So why did Ashi pawn the 9?
I expect like an insta Ricci from
楽
Queenie
しみ
here. Or either she was gonna cut the 1-mon and try to go for more value, or she was going to like threaten the board with another Ricci. And now Point is like pretty scared, considering he doesn't have his precious safe tiles to help him.
Well, good thing he drew one. But now he has an interesting choice to make between... Nah, not really.
Right, he doesn't want to risk the 1-mon D-Pot's tile.
Yeah, there's no reason to, especially when it's 100% safe.
There's a pretty big reason to end Queenie's dealership right now, but if he deals in, then it's like all Queenie's game.
Yeah. He wants someone else to end the hand for him. That'd be great.
Right.
Alright, well, Queenie's hand is actually dead.
It's dead, and Ashina has a really big reason to push, but he still decides to fold.
There's...
He doesn't have a Yaku.
Doesn't have a Yaku, doesn't really have a way to get a Yaku. But technically the Souths... He doesn't know that the Souths are dead.
Right.
And otherwise, he doesn't really have a plan. Like, what is he gonna do from here?
So the way I see this is it's going to just be another wrench on for Queenie, and like the sticks are going to start racking up.
Yo.
The other is going to have to start making moves, or Queenie's going to run away with this.
Well, fortunately for everyone else, there's like no chance anyone would deal in. So Queenie's probably just gonna get 3,000 from this.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think that if Point somehow finds himself in Tenpai, he still wouldn't throw the 3-so?
He just dropped the 5 mon from his 4-6 mon. He's done with this hand.
Okay.
The reason for him to push into because he basically doesn't have any turns left to win.
脳天にゃ
The limp in. But this is gonna get ugly quick if these French keep happening.
It's a little oh, go on.
Everyone still has their dealerships. It's still anyone's game.
Oh no, Queenie's hand's amazing.
Wow, are you kidding?
It started with a Hatsu Anko and also a Nainso Anko. She has very good Chanta options. And also Sanshaku. And also Honitsu.
And Honitsu
so, like,
in the Dora suit.
Yeah,
This is
it's not looking
crazy.
pretty. Or I think the only hand that could potentially challenge it is Point's hand, but I don't think he'll call open with this hand, so it might be too slow. And she draws into the console.
Like, she's already shot 10 for
Yeah.
a crazy large hand.
And Point's floating Sozu tiles are looking pretty scary right now. He draws into the 4-pin Anko, drops the 6-1.
Okay, well, this is interesting.
Yeah, he has a very wide Shantan already.
Do you think if Point drops 7-so, she will call for Tenpai?
I think so.
Ooh, no, she doesn't. Now she's Tenpai.
リーチ楽しみ
Wait,
Well, that's good.
and she decides to reach it. That is both good and bad, because if she does sumo the 5-so here, it's gonna be curtains for this Hanshan.
The 5-so?
5-8-so?
Wait, so what is her weight?
5-8-so, 7-so.
Yeah, 5, 7, 8. So she has like
She has a lot of outs.
2 5-sos, 1 8-so, 1 7-so.
Yeah. 2 5-so, 1 8-so, 1 7-so. 4 wall is... It's in her odds that she's going to Tsumo here. Launcha, I think he wants to pivot, but he doesn't... He ends up not calling the 2-mon.
What is he gonna do with this 5-so?
Yeah, the 5-so is stuck in his hand.
チ
And Point folds as well. But Ashiyuno's trying to fight.
ーも
He's pivoting around the chin pair.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
リーチツモポイント
So that's potentially a dealer Hanemon. No, it is a dealer Hanemon.
It guaranteed dealer Hanimon.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Holy cow.
18,000.
So you're
Right, and I think this is a result of Queenie's good play, and then also just like overly passive play from Point. And they weren't actively trying to stop her dealership, and now they're kind of paying the price.
So maybe this would be a good time to talk about how points work from Hanshan to Hanshan. Does Queenie benefit from having a really dominating lead in the first Hanshan?
Right. Beechin, you want to take a stab at?
Sure. So basically, all points are cumulative. So any point that you earn now is just a point that goes into your total. Like any point now is equivalent to any point later. So if she gets like a commanding first, like 70,000, then she can even get a third or a fourth and still be in like second place. Or even first, actually. Well, seems like someone's got a comeback in here.
Right. Ashiyuna has 4 Dora right now, but that's still only a Mongon. and he doesn't have any like value outs to make it. Like if you're playing Akka Doro, if you drew an Akka here, you would have your Hanuman chance, but his stuff, which is threatening, but it's not enough to like make up the difference.
And
Not
Rachel's
Rachel has like Senpai with the 6-9 on.
Tiger's got an interesting Ishanten also.
Mm.
It's actually just as big as Oliver's hand.
Yeah, if he decides to declare Riichi, he has a Mongon Jitsu.
Or he can just try to defuse the
He does
situation.
7-Mon? Yeah, and 3-So? Right. So 3-So Suji for the 6-So, and then he's waiting on the 2-So.
0 wall though.
They are all dead. I think Point has... There's a reason that Point might want to throw the 2-So at some point. Or he can change his way to the... Oh no. Tiger could have potentially changed his way to the 3-pin and then hope to snipe it off of Point defending for Queenie as well.
That's one way to get points.
Yeah, I told you we were going to see cons here.
Aww.
Is he going to play the 9-Mon? Yeah. And Queenie's dealership is extending. This is what I was afraid of.
Yeah, as soon as Queenie gets the lead, the other three aren't gonna have like a way to fight back.
Yeah, they don't have the balls to fight back right now.
That's Khan! No! Ah! No, okay, maybe not.
No,
That's a desperation
no way
play.
you can't in that situation. Come on.
Why not? How is Launchad gonna get first right now? Or even like...
He's
I
going
guess
away
just
for
go
his
for second.
dealership, first of all. If you can't, then you can't declare Riichi, which gives you a lot of points as well.
Yeah, I've noticed Lancia is quite good at winning hands when it's his dealership.
Yeah, so right now I think Lancia, Asuna, Point, they're just going to be playing to mitigate their losses and try to end Rachel's dealer spree.
Second place is also plus 10, so even if they get second place with like 20,000, they're still positive.
Yeah. And one thing about Rachel's playstyle is while it's working out great right now, she doesn't know when to call it quits. So there's a pretty good chance that she ends up in 4th in some of the later Hanchan, which could bite into her lead.
Definitely a boom and bust player.
Yeah, Lancia has a really nice hand. That would not have happened if he calmed the East. Just saying. He elects to throw the 6-So instead of the 9-pin, whereas the 6-So would give him potential Sanshoku. It looks like he's interested in Honitsu.
But you already cut the 1-pin. Oh, you can still call the 8-pin.
You can still call the 8-pin and then pivot into Honitsu that way. Is he going to go for more points, or is he going to stay close?
East Honitsu here would be 52 plus 8 Honba.
Yeah, and he has a chance to pawn the Hatsu as well.
Yeah.
He elects to. He wants those points.
Yeah, if he
So
calls
Are we playing with the Yakuman where you win so many hands in a row?
No, we're not playing with Lagrange on. I think the scariest thing here is that Queenie still has like a potential monster hand. She can even pivot this into her own Honitsu, and now it's Sozu versus Pinzu.
Why did Asuna not call that 4-pin?
He's scared.
Of what?
My only explanation.
How could he be scared and drop the 6-So?
That's a good question.
And why would you be scared to
And
discard
Lancia
Manzu?
can't
Oh.
play. Oh, there we go. The 4-pin.
The Queenie's reign has ended.
Yeah, and she took a pretty fat hit. 5,200, but plus the 8 Honba. So that's plus 1,800. It's like 7,000 swing. She still has a commanding lead, but it's looking more likely that the other players will get a chance to play the game.
Well, she has to lose at some point or would be here all night.
That's for sure.
Ashuna has a
really nice hand.
Yeah.
He has Sudora and he has Yaku to call with.
He can also Atazuke.
Mm-hmm.
His current shapes and his regular hand isn't like especially great, but he can just call anything.
Right. And he decides to throw the Hatsu and widen his hand a little bit.
Yeah,
I think is
it's got a lot of good weights now.
yeah. But I think Queenie's not gonna pay these players any respect. She's gonna go on her merry way, making big hands. I don't think that deal-in is gonna face her too much. I think if she deals in again, that might start hurting her until the...
If she deals into this...
That was really interesting. Point's not the type of player to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he discards the Dora into a Yakuhai pawn. So that gives Ashina a pretty big chance.
Especially when the rest of his hand is kind of like not especially great.
Yeah, it's not together.
And he's about to deal in. No, okay.
I don't think he's gonna deal with the 6-mon. Yeah, he's definitely afraid of the Dora pawn he sees. Like his defensive instincts have kicked in for sure.
Yeah, okay. I'm assuming he's gonna cut some so next.
Yeah, he's definitely going to try to look for the safest way. Play this hand. It's nice to see Queenie folding with the Tuso. Doesn't look like she's too interested in fighting this dealer hand. And she found a creative way to play this hand with the so as well.
And another dealer
Hanemon. Yeah, she a huge hand here with the dealer Hanemon Sima. Which means it's right back into it, and Queenie's hand... Her Queenie's lead was really big, but between losing like 7,000 points to Lancia's direct and then also the 6,000 from Sima, it's kind of dissipated a little bit. Looks like she's gonna call here and just try to end Ashina's dealership. Do you think Tiger is pivoting into Honitsu again? The 4-star drop?
Definitely. He has to go for something.
Yeah, being at 9,000 points right now, it's looking grim for him. And Rachel draws into another Dora, so she has a big hand now. Waiting on the Con 3-mon.
I don't know if this is still Lansha's philosophy, but once he told me that if it's south and you're in 4th, you might as well just go for Yakuman until the game ends.
That's an interesting...
Maybe if it's like the last game, but in this situation, he only needs 9,400 to get 3rd, and that would be way better than his current situation.
There's still a lot of things to play for. He wants to mitigate the damage that's already been incurred.
He still has a dealership too.
So that is a league strategy and not a tournament strategy.
I think that's like a later round tournament strategy when right now there's still like a bunch of rounds to make up this deficit, but the later it goes, the less chances you have to make up your deficit, so you need to go for those big hands. It looks like he hits Tenpai with the Con 6-mon.
So what's his weight? I don't see it.
Oh, 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. So 6.
Yeah. And then I'm still... Okay, Queenie's going to switch to also 3 6 months. The 3-mon is looking pretty suspect right now. I could see it flying out of Lansha's hand.
Whoa, Rachel could pull some really cool stuff here. Do you think she should have taken it?
What do you mean?
Dora
Dora.
Palm?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
For either the 5-8 Mon weight or the 4-7 Nobuton?
I think this is fine. The 5-8 definitely not because of Lansha's pawn. And then
Okay.
she takes Manzu into Lansha's river.
Oh yeah, good point. How long do you think Point's gonna keep that Hatsu? Well, there are 0-6 Mon remaining.
So it's generally the honor tiles are safer to discard. Do you think this is a scenario would it be reasonable to think it's still safe?
In this situation, when Tiger is obviously going for a 22, no.
Okay.
And there aren't any out there, so it's extremely dangerous. Pretty much everyone else is folded.
にゃんぱい
Is it South 1?
South 1.
So in Japanese mahjong there are 2 rounds, the East round and the South round. And we're in the South round, the second round. So whose hands are looking good right now?
Queenie's hand looks pretty good right now. That is very easily 77. Or actually, like what she's doing right now, it might be the star play. It's just take 39 and kick Lansha's dealer. And Point is about to deal in. Or no, actually,
楽しみ
that's an interesting weight on the reach, but okay.
What is the weight?
The weight is 3-6.
Wow.
リーチ一発のピンフ
So she got a luck point there, didn't she?
Yep, she got Ipats winning on the first go around. That's pretty legit.
So that's 3 Hanemans.
3
So
Hanuman
far-
so far. 2 of them by Queenie.
Boom.
Let's see. So Point called the East. Oh, Point's hand is pretty good, isn't it?
It can be.
And
Doesn't actually have a way to finish his hand realistically without making it just like East Dora.
You don't think it's possible to pawn one more? I guess if he pawned once more, he would probably drop the Dora.
Yes, however, like the 2 7 pins are in Queenie and Ashrina's hand, and the 2 8 pins are in Lansha and Queenie's hand. But now that Lansha cut the 8 or the 9, it is possible for him to finish his hand now. But then it would be okay. There you go. It would be 77. Okay, so it's not that bad actually.
Oh, it does not look like Ashy or Queenie will want to get rid of the 7.
Yep. So there's one more 5 so left. And if you look at Queenie's weights, she has 1 mon and 2 6 mon. So she has a much higher chance of getting this. And she does.
And she does.
And just runs with it.
Lansha is taking a beating this time.
Yep. And despite Queenie's like massive wins, she still has to lose a hand for this game to end. So Lansha still has a chance. Also, people can go negative, and Lansha has not gone negative, so he's actually only minus like 2,200 points. 22,000? 22,000. But surprisingly, Queenie has 3 Dora and an amazing like weights to finish everything.
Oh. I got a blip on the stream here.
My bad. I think my mouse went to the top of the screen.
Yeah, when I watch in Modsoul, I don't have all the everyone uncovered, so I've been watching the stream to get the full view. What do you think Tiger or Lansha is thinking about right now?
He needs to figure out where his pair will be, whether it'll be the 7-so pair or the north pair. Or if he wants to perhaps maybe be able to use the Fedora. I don't know. He's kind of in a tough spot. No, like even if he wins his hand, he needs to get more Dora or something in his hand to make it better.
Yeah, he is Ishanten. A pretty good weight, right?
Ishanten.
What?
So yes, he's technically Ishanten for a hand, but it's not a big enough hand.
That's true.
And Point is also Ishanten for Sanshoku Dora. Which, if he reaches and gets it direct off Ashuna, that is enough. Otherwise, he could force Honitsu, maybe that'll be enough. Or you can just win like a big hand and just, you know, take the 8,000. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, like, Lansha could reach right now, but it doesn't do anything.
He'd had Richi Pinfu.
Yes, 2,000. He needs 8,400, so a Mangan Sumo or 52 direct.
リーチにゃ
And he goes for it. I don't know why. There's not that much else he could have done. But at the same time, winning 2,000 here is not gonna help him do anything. Also, he also doesn't know that his hand is basically dead, and Rachel's chasing with a much, much stronger hand. So there's 2 outs for Rachel, Queenie.
So do you think Lancia should have been cutting those norths a lot earlier, given that they really well, you got sumo?
Yeah, it's not enough to do anything though.
Yeah. Up.
It's just short. He needs to hit the... Well, he has another hand. Maybe he just needs to go for third at this point.
So the goal to get is for everyone except so Queenie wants to have it just end, and then everyone else is trying to secure second. Is that what's going on right now? Except possibly or Ashi, who wants to get as far ahead as he can with his dealership.
Yeah, Ashi has a pretty good start, pretty good hand, and he can just win indefinitely.
Yeah.
Lancia is in a tough spot where he could go for 1,000, get third. I mean, realistically, that's probably what he's gonna have to accept. So that's probably his goal right now.
This looks like a hand he could be. Well, he does not call. Okay. He has enough pairs that he could do the all pawns. What is that called?
Suanko?
Yes.
Or Toy Toy?
Toy Toy.
I don't think he's gonna get Toy Toy. He's got 3, 4, 6, 7 here. And then if he cuts this 8, he's not gonna be able to use the Dora. Although probably
he's thinking about it. Oh, yeah.
The problem is he can't cut any Sozu anymore, especially not the 3. He might be able to cut the 4. Or the Genki. Which is interesting because... Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because Point wants to secure third so that it doesn't lose more to the point. To the Uma?
Queenie's asked should they queue for the next Hanchan.
So here we have a commanding lead by Queenie. I will go ahead and put the scores into the tournament software thing, and we'll see what people are at. Oh, the bot's not alive. I guess I'll do it in a little bit. After the first game, it's pretty obvious that Queenie is in first by a lot.
So because she got first, she got 25. Is it Uma? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Since we started 25, and the Uma is 25, she's at 547 points right now.
Okay.
It's actually shown here. Queenie is plus 547. Ashuna is plus 84. Point is minus 226. And Lansha is minus 405.
So that will continue to update as the players play through the tournament or the finals.
Those numbers will not update. Those are just per game.
Oh, okay. I need to take a quick break. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Sure thing. We are waiting for the next game to start. Actually, we can go look at the previous game. Yeah, so here, taking the Tenpai is technically Tenpai, like Reach no Mi, or like Tenpai no Mi. But if you cut the 3-so here, then you could be waiting on a 2, 4, 6, 8 mon. But he doesn't get the Tenpai. But he might want the Tenpai because the South is threatening something really quick. And it immediately backfires. Rip.
ロン、それちょうだい。ポン。
Looks like you're reviewing.
Yes, I'm reviewing the previous game, so next one has not started yet. Here, Point has a very wide Ishanten. It just proceeds to never draw it. While Ashuna has a really nice Tanyo Sanshoku, but all the 5s are in Lansha's hand. So, like, very unfortunate how that turned out. Up and reach here.
楽しみ。
Yeah, let's see here. Next turn. Next turn's an interesting turn. Is when Queenie gets the Tenpai, and she chose the 3-6 pin when there's 4 of them showing already, versus the 2-5 and then 4 pin wait. Which there are 0-2s and 4-5 mons and 2-4 pins that are not visible. However, they are actually in just people's hands. There's the 2-4 pin here, and all 4-5 mon counted here. So she technically chose the better weight.
リーチ。楽しみ。
Alright, Ashuna just bails. Doesn't want to bother. And yep, that's when Queenie deals in. No, fortunately it's only 39. Ah yes, Lansha's Dora poem that everyone tries to play around. Fortunately for Point, he's got Tenpai on Sanshoku, like from the get-go. I think he immediately deals into it. So yeah, Queenie's down 12,000 in East 2. And it can only get worse from there, right? She reaches with the... Oh, it's an interesting weight. It's actually going to be pretty hard for people to actually use this 7, because like all the 6s and middle tiles are all gone from the Sozu. But people are kind of onto her tricks, and I think just 2 of them are in the dead wall. Yeah, that's just super unfortunate. She just got super unlucky. She would have also missed Ura, so that's just not a very worthwhile hand. Very unfortunate. Next hand. Queenie gets an early reach here for reach Pinfu. And Sumo's it pretty quickly after.
I think their game's up.
Okay. I will start the next game.
We have a Point as East.
Oh. East 1 already missed the first couple discounts.
Oh, that's how you do that. Show hand. Yeah.
We have Queenie here, Ishan 10 for Hakudora 3. Ashuna here, reached on Reach Nomi on a Penchan. Really bad feeling is gonna get really punished. But we'll see. Point is kind of sort of bailing, kind of sort of pushing. It's not super committing or anything. Will he actually commit? Okay. He keeps his Ishan 10. Oh, launch out with the power reach. What is this? 369147? Oh. Fortunately for Queenie, she uses the 2 4s and is waiting on the 3 pin, which there are 2 left.
So do you think it's possible that Point deals in?
Not anymore. Unlikely, because he has quite a few fail tiles. Oh jeez, what is this?
That is a good start to a lot more bullying by Queenie.
How did that happen? How did Lansha not get the like 6-sided weight? This is great. Peace, Queenie, peace.
So
Here, Lancia has a really good starting hand. Unfortunately, the Hatsu are blocked because Point has the other pair.
yeah.
And most likely, Queenie is just gonna win 1,000. Maybe 2,000 if she can get the Itsu.
Let's see.
Lancia is like super close to Itsu and Honitsu. Not super close to Honitsu.
Which one's Itsu and which one's Honitsu?
Itsu is a straight and Honitsu is a flush. So he could get a straight flush, haha. Jokes aside, he's probably honestly just gonna draw like a, I don't know, some random tile and just reach Dora maybe? Or not. Kind of a tough spot.
What's going on with Ashy's hand?
Ashi's hand really wants to be Junchan, but that's kinda unlikely at this point. Oh, Point opens up on the Dora. Atazuke to go for Dora 3.
So Point must be really banking on getting the green dragon.
Yep. He knows they're out there. You can call this, and oh, why he elects to not call that? Oh, he could also transition into all triplets.
Think that's reasonable to accomplish?
Nope.
So you already decide, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his game plan is now.
Green dragon.
He doesn't know it's dead.
Yeah.
Well, he could get Tempai. And
True,
just,
Tempai is...
threaten the table with Adora, force everyone to give up, collect 3,000 at the end. It's somewhat legit.
Oh.
And Queenie's hand has not progressed in ages. Oh
What is Queenie
wow.
looking... Oop.
Ashuna is Tempai for Junchan Ipeiko on the 2-1. Which Lancia has and is probably gonna cut that. Oh wow, and he saves himself. Wow. So there aren't... No, there's still one more. Still one more too. That's super danger. This is pretty spicy. Fortunately, Lancia is 3d10, so... But at least he's Tempai, right?
Yeah. So, wait, who is not Tempai right now?
Point is not Tempai. It's kind of at a crossroads here. Doesn't really have a good way of finishing his hand at this point. Unfortunate.
それちょうだい
Queenie with another.
And Queenie with the continuation. This is actually incredible.
Well, this is several interesting hands to start off with here.
Oh wow. A lot of good hands. Could be a Sanchoku here in Queenie's hand. Looks pretty good. Ashuna with a very easy Honitsu in the Dora suit with 2 Dora. An early call, which signals everyone, hey! Sozu! Don't drop Sozu! Oh wow, 2 calls off the bat. That's a really scary hand.
Yeah.
And point is Ishanten. No, yeah. Technically Ishanten. Whatever happened to not dropping Sozu? Okay. Point has a pretty good way of continuing this by not dropping any of his dangerous styles. And then Ashuna is Tenpai for Hatsu, Honitsu, Dora Dora, and maybe another Dora. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I was not sure I liked the call of the one mon, or the one Sox rather. So, do you think that was a good call, or I mean, it worked out?
Since there's basically no one that's actually going to drop Sozu anymore, I would say just take it. It was not great, but the idea is you can draw like West or something, and you know, bank on your 5/6. But fortunately, he drew a 4. Okay, yeah. It's worth the same whether he keeps the Dora or not. So the 4/7 is a way better weight than the Dora. And as you can see, Lansha's hand is like super blocked by that change. Also, Point can't get rid of his South anymore.
Why can't he get rid of the South?
The only South that has been discarded is in his own discard pile.
Aha.
So it is super dangerous. There's like a really, really good chance that Ashuna has it. And it gives Ashuna Yaku. Or it could potentially.
Oh,
On the manga.
good one.
It's definitely a good one. And Rachel was, or Queenie was dealer for that, so she's only 3,000 ahead.
She is now dealer.
Ashuna is dealer and has a pretty mediocre hand. Point has a pretty decent hand. It's got 2 completed shapes and a lot of young man weights. Not sure what's happening with Lansha. Maybe he just wants to end this. It's got a really fast hand. Could be 1 or 2,000. Queen.
Yo, I'm back.
So,
What did I miss? Fill me in.
guess who's winning?
Are we in the second Hanchan right now?
We're in the second
Yes.
Hanchan.
Okay, so Rachel has like a slight lead going into the second Hanchan. What was the results of the first Hanchan?
Do you have Kazibot?
Oh, I can open it.
Queenie was up by I think final score around like 52-7 or something like that.
Okay, so like a pretty comfortable first place. And looks like she has like a nice lead going into the second game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Lansha was very close to 0 points. Like maybe like
Ooh.
97.
Yeah, so he needs to make a comeback in this game.
Point has a very interesting choice to make at this point. Why the 3?
This is... If I was Point, I would have a very hard time figuring out what to get rid of in my hand.
What is happening in this hand?
Yeah, that is interesting.
What would you discard?
In that situation, Dreamon is really interesting. I didn't think I would be willing to part with that. But it looks like he's tunneling in on the Sanshoku. And he wants like his good weights.
Oh,
On the 147 Mon, and he's using 3 of the 4 Mon, so it's not that great.
and he's free to 10.
Well, Tiger got it. Or
Yeah, it looks like Hansha gets the Sumo on that. Ends up getting rid of Ashiyuna's dealership. We're going to South Round?
We're in South 1, yes. So the Dora is the 8th
I'm
character.
really surprised by Point's reluctance to call these Yakuhai. Clearly he wants to like try to bring this into a closed shape and then reach for points with the Dora, but
double East Dora? Why would you not?
not double East, single East. Yeah,
Oh,
he takes
single
the
East,
second
single
one
East.
there.
Okay. Alright, South 1 already.
Right. I think he was worried about his remaining shapes, that he wouldn't be able to play it open and like get to Tenpai in time before other people aggress on him. But given his situation, like he needs to defend this dealership. So
Like at this point, I think he has to call pretty much anything he can.
yeah, he needs to fight, or he's going to give up another game. You definitely don't want 2/3 on your mark, or that basically puts him into a situation where he needs 2 first places. And like if Queenie gets the first place here, then Lansha's actually really close to being out of the count, unless he can make something happen as well.
So Point is Tenpai?
Yep. For 20.
Correct. Point is Tenpai waiting for 5 Monitsu. 8-so looks like it might come out of Queenie's hand, so it would be a nice snipe, but it depends on how the hand progresses. If she draws 7-so, she's safe.
Well, or 5 Mon. I think, like, she's gonna deal in eventually.
Yeah, we'll see. No, let's to go with the 7-pin first. That was shown safe.
Yeah, and the 4 looks pretty safe at this moment, too. Oh, she draws a pair of it, though.
Then Ashiyuna ends up dealing it, actually.
Oh.
So there's some points back on the board for Point. He's now 3rd place. Overtakes Lansha. And then Rachel is still... She has like a decent lead, but it's not a very stable first right now. She'd like to win at least like one big hand to really solidify that lead. And then in her dealership, she can like push for victory, basically.
So is she within a dealer Mangan?
She's within basically a regular manga for pretty much everyone.
I think once Queenie's dealership hits, like it's going to be a very precarious situation if she's first place going to the dealership, because people are going to they're going to need value to like take down her hands, which means their hands will naturally be slower. And then given the styles of the other players on the table, I don't know if Queenie like can rack up more points on her dealership, then she's basically confirmed for like 2 first places, which is really hard to come back from for the other players.
Seems like Ashuna is just trying to deny points dealership rather than like secure first.
Yeah, which I think is a pretty good strategy. I think Ashuna's play here is to basically keep Lanscha and Point in 3rd and 4th place, and then he's going to 1v1 Queenie for the 1st place overall.
Do you think it's good that Point kept this pair of the South?
I mean, he can call with it, so he's going to need to call with it, I think. I feel like he should have opened up with the 2-pin. Like, the progression is getting pretty late, and if he doesn't wrench on here, while he still has like a pretty decent chance, he would definitely like his dealership. Yeah, and then Ashiyun is just going for the Kawashite to get rid of Monsha's points dealership.
1 in wall for 3 so.
Yeah, 1 in wall, and it looks like it'll drop out of people's hands.
Ooh.
What about this
So Point
reach?
does end up making it get it, or does end up getting into Senpai.
For reach door? 39?
Yeah.
And is also 1 in wall. And Fakey Pots is it.
Okay, so that's pretty big. That puts him very close to Queenie in 1st place. And now it's like a pretty tight race.
Very unfortunate for Langsha. He was has an okay starting hand, I guess.
Yeah, and he has a dealership left, so it's not looking the worst for him, but if his dealership gets cut, then it's going to be very hard for him to come back.
Yeah, he needs to make something happen next hand.
Point has 2 Dora in his, but it's going to be hard to make something happen with them.
Not if he draws a 7, so. Should be a pretty easy Tanya round. Unfortunately, Yashuna has a Yakuhai Anko and can just call whatever to end it. Oh no, he's going for
It's a lot better. Now he can call it the 6-pin to utilize both of the Dora.
And Ashuna just slow down his hand by.
Yeah, he's definitely gunning for Honitsu.
Yeah, now he can call.
Take 1st place. Oh, Tiger has a Suanko chance.
Wow! There you go.
Yeah, while we were talking about this double Dora nonsense.
3 in wall.
This is the hand that he needs to come back.
2 in wall.
If he doesn't get this, it's going to be a tragedy.
2
and I
in
think
wall. 2
into this as well.
And double south if he gets the wrong.
Right. Either way, it's going to be like a huge hand. And I thought that was.
Yeah, you see a Manzu. It's not
Yeah,
the 1
was
or
like
the 2
5
or the 5, and you're like, ah. Oh. There's still 2 in the wall.
How is Point going to play this? 2-pin? Okay.
You could technically go for 7 pairs, but no.
Right. Looks like it's just.
I'll rip.
Yeah, that hurts. His hand is like really big. And then Albert also pushed into Tenpai. The south is...
Oh no! He has to drop it. There's
Oh, does he
no
have
way.
to?
Yeah, he has to drop that. His hand is so good.
I wouldn't say he had to drop it. He could have used it for his pizza, right?
Oh, that is definitely.
Oof.
That's a Hanuman, which is it puts Lancia in first place now.
Yeah. Oof, that is.
It's not the Suanko that you want, but you'll take it for sure.
I mean, then he's dealer. He's gotta.
Yeah.
He's back in the game basically. He's back in the league.
And now Point is looking really sad because Point got third in the first Lancia.
Second is not far away. There's 3 hands. He can get second. Like if he manages to place Queenie 4th, then everyone's basically at 0, which is not the end of the world. What you don't want is Queenie placing second and you getting like 3rd, and then what?
Yeah, I'm
How are you
saying
gonna catch up
he's in like a dangerous position right now. He only has 3 hands to make up this deficit, and he doesn't have a dealership to work with either.
Yeah, he really needs second. 14-3 to get second.
He needs to overtake Queenie as well. That
Yes.
Uma bump would be really big.
He has an option here to go for Honitsu.
But he
It's
already
kinda a long
threw his
shot.
north and those Shaw.
Well, Shaw is dead. North is dead.
Yeah. It's looking rough for my man.
Oof.
Itsu chance here though.
Can you really afford to go for what?
No, Lex through the south. So he's really gunning for Itsu.
Itsu?
He doesn't want to take like just the 1000.
Yeah.
Problem is Queenie has a really good hand lying in wait, and that 7 so might be dangerous if a point.
リーチ楽し
Well-
Oh, and she just hit Tenpai too.
It's unlikely Point is gonna drop the 7, so he needs them to get his Itsu.
That's true.
So
But if
what's
he goes like
Itsu?
an 8 so or something,
What's
and it's
Itsu
kind
again?
of risky.
Launcher can just bail. He's got a million bail tiles. Which he doesn't want to bail, but
Oh, is
Oh.
Point going to fight this?
for it to reach Nomi? Into
He
second
can
place?
Dama the 9 pin for now. Yeah, he elects the Dama.
The problem
That
is when he draws a
would
6
normally
so
be, like, a
he
decent weight,
dies.
but oh, he got...
Or he just Zumos it. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
there's no way he doesn't take this, right?
He has to take it, yeah.
He has to take it.
He has to take it. Take it.
This is something he has to take, because otherwise,
つも
He is thinking about it.
全部ちょうだいつも
Queenie is probably so sad.
hmm,
But also, like, last place securing last is a little questionable. But he has to
I
take
mean,
that.
you have to. If Queenie wins that hand, then she wins like the tournament, basically.
It's unfortunately that Point had to take that, but now he's in a really tough spot. 10-9
Yeah, it's
and only 2
two
hands.
hands.
Actually, it's 13-7.
Oh,
for
oh my
first.
god, Queenie's hand's amazing again. She has the Itsu out. on the-
Itsu Ishanten on the Hi-Fi, seriously?
Not the Hi-Fi.
The turn after the Hi-Fi?
Yeah.
Launcher has a pretty good
You
shot
know,
at
also has a
Sancho.
good hand. Yeah. Ashina's hand and Queenie's hand are definitely gonna like butt heads. And then Lancia also has the Sancho chance, as you mentioned, so it's gonna be interesting. Interesting. Queenie chooses the 2-so over the 5-so to keep. So she's like fully followed in on Itsu. She doesn't want to look for a potential like Sanshoku Tanya stuff. And she draws a
She gets
3 mons.
it.
Elects to stay Dama. Which is pretty scary for Lancia actually, because that's gonna be a 39 he'll be dealing into.
Yep. There's no way he's...
Oh, Tsumo.
What? Okay.
全部ちょうだいつも
Okay, it's a... That's a lot better than the alternative, which would
Richi
be
Fatsumo Itsu.
potential dealer Hanemon.
Mhm.
That could have actually won Queenie the game if she clicked Richi there, but
FBI.
Yeah,
sweat.
um, so this still puts her in like a really good position. She has good positioning to get at least second place in this Hanshan, and given that she already won like that massive first place, it's going to be hard for the other players to mount a comeback here. Also, the fact that Lancia got 4th in the first game and he's the second place now means that the contenders to Rachel are like, they're all spread pretty far apart. Ashia elects to choose the 1 mon and the 4-pin weight. I think he's trying to snipe out the 1 mon with the early 2 mon. And he was lucky because Queenie also had like a Anko of the 3-pin. It's going to be interesting to see how Lancia plays his hand, given that he has the Chito E Shantan, and also a bunch of safe tiles. Yeah, it looks like he elects to fold.
He doesn't need to win this hand.
Right.
And even with the Sumo, unless he hits a billion Ura...
He hits the Iridora, which is enough.
It's enough.
Now Ashiyuna's back in second place.
Yeah, but like Lancia is still in a good spot. Like, he is nowhere near 4th, and he can just push whatever. And like
now he needs to win this hand.
But the thing is, if he wins this hand, he's probably getting first.
Right.
But he has to win this hand. Yeah. And he got 2,000 closer to first place. So that was actually not a bad hit. Not ideal, obviously, but like it was not the terrible thing that happened.
But now, if Queenie wins this hand, it's very likely that she takes the tournament after getting 2 firsts. So
a first at 31,000 is not gonna guarantee her first.
Given her previous first?
Yeah, even given her previous first.
It's not a guarantee, but it puts like a real nice buffer.
Depends what place Ashuna gets.
Right, so you'll be like first, fighting second.
Yeah. If Ashuna can get second with 30, Queenie is still definitely 1 game away, even though there's 2 games left. If Ashuna gets like last somehow, I don't know how that would happen, but yeah, no. If Queenie wins at 31-3, she is still easily targeted.
You say easily targeted, but
easily targeted by Ashuna.
Ashuna, yeah. It's gonna be looking really grim for Lancia on point if they can't rack up at least the second tier.
Yeah, no.
Point is trying so hard to generate like some value in his hand right now, but the tiles aren't coming together. He needs like a Dora and some like fat Urotsumas.
The problem with Point and Lancia is they're probably going to get 3rd and 4th, and then flip 3rd and 4th, and 4th and 3rd. There's no coming back from that, pretty much. You have to get 2 firsts in a row. Alright, seems like Point is pushing for Sanchoku or something, Dora or something, I don't know.
Yeah, he's hoping for something.
Hoping for a miracle at this point.
There's a lot of value outs that he could have used in this hand. It's interesting that he picked the route he did.
He needs a Baimon or something. Hanimatsumo is...
The Hanetsumo should be enough.
He's 3rd place though.
It's 2nd place.
Oh, right, 2nd place, yeah.
Because Ashiyuna's dealer.
Yeah.
But Senpai, she looks like she's just gonna end it.
Yep.
There's 1 3-so left in the wall. And then if Point... No, there's no way the 3 pins come out of his hand, so they're safe on that regard. Was Point gonna deal with the 9-mon? He does.
Oh, nice. He's out of hand.
Yeah. Ashina snipes first place for now.
Yeah.
And that makes things a lot more interesting, because if Ashiyuna gets first place in this Hanchan, then it's him and Queenie that are fighting with equal for second. It's like equal Uma.
Equal
And there'll only be that
but
20k swing.
Queenie is still up 20k.
Oh, now Lancia has a really nice hand for coming back.
And he actually only needs 5,300.
Yeah, he only needs the Pinfitsimo with the Tanya. Which all the ingredients are there in this hand, so it's looking pretty good.
Points like going Hail Mary over here.
Yeah, it's interesting to... For a point, his win condition is actually Lancia winning. He needs Lancia to win this hand.
I don't know, if Point gets 4th here, he's kind of out.
Either he needs to hit... It's hard to say what Point's condition here is. Ideally, he'd want Lancia to get first, and then Queenie and Asuna to get second and third. But if he generates a hand big enough to hit like Queenie with to drop her into third, that might be worth it. Considering she's the target right now.
If he... Oh, unfortunate. Wait, that's just Nomi.
On and the chin to drop. So he was safe from the Ricci. Lancia, I want to see how hard he pushes this in.
He doesn't have to do anything. Ashuna, if like he's Senpai, he has to be Senpai on me, obviously. Like, Lancia can just fail this.
But he ends up pushing the 2-on. Like, in Lancia's head, I think he thinks that if he lets Ashiyuna win this hand, then there's no way he's getting first place. So he really wants to push for this hand, which I think is the correct play.
It's also a pretty reasonable hand to be pushing.
Yeah, but he dropped like 2 dangerous Suji and pivoted into this.
Into this cheat
Like,
toy?
amazing Yishanten.
It's a very interesting spot he's in now.
It could potentially turn into cheat toy in some variants. The problem is if he draws 8-mon, he's out. Oh, and he doesn't want to throw the 9-pin? Why would
you cut 2 4-mon?
Right.
He's scared of 9-pin.
He pushed 2 Suji, but he wasn't willing to push the 3rd. Looks like if he draws the 3-pin, he's going to take the Tenpai, otherwise he's not willing to push the 3rd.
Actually, the 3-pin would be really nice. No, that's unfortunate.
Then he bails his hand completely. He can't push 4 into that.
Looks like Point just going for Tenpai.
Yep. Pretty much the only thing he can do at this point.
How hard he's gonna push for Tenpai? He's gonna cut this Faiso?
Like, the Nakasuji is not that bad. But he doesn't even want to cut that. Damn. So he's just going to pray for something to happen in the next round. Yeah, Lancia folds with the 5, so there's potential that he still gets into Tenpai. But it's looking Tori Tenpai from Ashiyuna.
579, there's no way he's gonna
Things to say
drop
about it.
the 9 or the 5, so there's no way he's hitting Tenpai.
Rachel draws into Tenpai?
She's got something.
Or not.
No.
No, that wasn't Tenpai. It was just some complicated Pinzu shape.
It's like, Pinzu are dangerous. Let's just keep all the Pinzu. Okay,
Now things are... It's pretty precarious situation for Lancia now, because he needs like a Manban they have to deal with. You can always go for second place, but given that he got that fourth place, he really doesn't want to settle for second or anything.
Yeah, his fourth place was a really not good fourth place to get.
Yeah, that was a stinker.
Well, if he gets a second but puts Queenie below him, he still has a chance.
Right.
But if he gets if he like hits Ashuna and takes second, that's not great. No, I guess it's fine because you can't.
No, that would be enough to put him into first. Yeah.
Right, but you don't want Queenie above Ashuna.
I mean, you take what you can get. If you can get first place here, you would take it, I think.
Fair enough. Like, you win 39 off Ashuna right now. That might not be... Well... It would be really close.
Yeah, no, 39 is fine. Ashuna would still be in second place, and Queenie would be third.
Yep. Thanks, Homba. Ashuna has a pretty nice Chanta, Sanchoku, Dora, South.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be Chanta or Sanshoku. Could just be South near me.
South Dora.
South Dora, yeah.
But it could be all of the above, which is great. So
If he hits it, then he basically secures first place.
Yep.
Ooh, Rachel's hand is looking pretty fast.
Yeah.
He goes for the con. That 7-pin Condora is actually looking really juicy, and is Lancia gonna reach this?
Well,
Or is he gonna try to direct the 39? This is a hard... If Itsumo's 52, that's still enough, right?
our extra Uras.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to reach this.
No, I think he does need to reach this because he's so far down. If Itsumo's,
Want to.
that's gonna be so sad.
But if Itsumo's, it's fine. Right? Because of the reach. Oh no! The 3 months never coming out of Ashina's hand now. But if he does sumo, he's a god.
There's 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Are you kidding?
On the second Hatsu, that's
I know,
tragic,
right?
hopefully.
And it's the Mangan too.
Yeah.
Look
Alright,
how-
now Ashina and Queenie are tied.
Yeah. And
If one shot overtakes Queenie, then if one shot overtakes Queenie, then Ashina actually goes into the lead. So this is really interesting.
And point was Ishanten for Sanshoku, and the 2 Hatsu should have been safe. Oh man, that is so unfortunate.
Tragic. You didn't consider the Anki.
It was safe literally last round.
The 5-pin drop was a push.
Yeah, but like that was one round. Those were his safe tiles. He was failing.
Yeah, that's the game we play.
That's so unfortunate. What did he do to deserve that? He's got a nice Nomi hand looking up.
So if it were to end right now, then Queenie and Ashuna would look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Right, they're basically tied.
Yeah. And actually, so would Lansha and Point. So it would be sort of like a tied for first and a tied for third.
Mm-hmm. Lancia would have a little bit of leeway over point, but yeah, the general point totals would be around that.
Point can secure 8,000 here pretty easily.
Yeah, I think if I'm point, I just want to end this on Chan and go to the next one.
Well,
Reach
That would be fine
Dora.
here.
Reach.
Oh,
Wait, what?
he wants more Dora? That's an interesting decision. He wants to pair up the Dora and go for like something really big.
Take. Oh!
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna take the Dora Donkey here.
リーチ楽しみ
Okay. Yeah.
And
Two and
your
one.
Dora in the wall, so that might end up being like a really good decision.
It's a honeymoon. Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
even if anyone deals in, he doesn't change place.
Yeah, no one's gonna drop the Dora.
I mean, Lancha cannot finish his hand.
Yeah.
You don't think Ashuna would drop the door right now?
Oh, the 3-so, that sucks.
Why does the 3-so suck?
Because he would have Tsumo'd it if he chose the other weight. But he still has time to Tsumo the Dora.
It's a higher potential hand if he wins.
It'd be really tragic if he did all this and he just plays into Ashina.
How many weights are out there? 1 6-pin, 2 3-mon? Oof.
Yeah, so Ashina is odds on to win. If he elects to like keep pushing.
3 and wall versus 2 and wall?
I'm not sure why. I mean, if I was Ashi, I would be happy to.
Oh, you got to.
Yo.
全部ちょうだい
I would have been happy to just have my dealership end.
If he gets the Paimon, maybe it
リー
was
チスモ
not enough.
成功
No, it's not enough.
ドラ2ドラ
Ooh.
Just not enough.
羽
He needed to flip one of his Toitsu outs for the Paimon.
So this is very, very similar to the first Hanchan.
I think the way it ended is similar, but like the process was very different where the scores were kind of neck and neck. And then Ashi just kind of went on a rampage in the south round, and Queenie wasn't able to keep up.
So looks like Lansha has the score summary here.
Mm-hmm.
With,
Looks like Queenie's in first place with 65.7 points.
Ashiuna is in second with 51. And third is Lansha with negative 53.8. And fourth is Point Blanket with negative 62.9.
So just be waiting for them to set up the next Hanchan, and then we'll get right into it.
So what do Point Blanket what do Point and Lansha need to do if they want to have a chance at getting first? It seems like pretty big long shot right now.
It's a moonshot. Their main priority is getting first place, obviously, in these next two Hanchan. They basically need 2 first places. And then if they can get that first place, their next priority is putting Queenie and Ashley Yuna into a deficit. It's like 3rd or 4th place. And that way they can swing the Uma in their favor. Because the Uma for PML rules is 25-10, then if you put someone in, if you're first place and you put someone in 4th place, just the Uma swing alone is 50 points. So the leads could evaporate if something like that happens.
Like, for example, if Lanchak gets a 55,000 first place, he'll be positive.
Right. And then he might put like Ashuna negative if Ashuna gets a negative game.
Yeah. So they seem like they're far away, but the scores can be extremely volatile.
I think a potential detriment is that if for say Ashiyuno was in first place and he was the only one in first place and the rest of the people are trying to catch up to him, I think he'll be playing a little more tight and like he might end up dirtling into like third or fourth place. But now since he's tied with Queenie and he knows he needs to fight hands, that like dynamic creates a situation where if Lancia reaches and like Ashie has a good hand to fight with, he might end up fighting into Lancia instead of a case where people might tend to fold to those type of hands just because they have enough of a lead. Here it's not so clear cut. But these scores definitely create like an interesting dynamic. It's gonna be really cool to see how the players play it out. The remaining two Hanchan. Do you guys have any takeaways from like the first two Hanshan? Like how do you think that players generally played, and then were there certain things like you think maybe were misplays, or perhaps they just got unlucky?
It did seem that in first Hanshan that Rachel was getting a lot of good tiles, and she was making very good use of it. But
she definitely knows how to play the big hands very well, and like juice the most out of them. Like for example, the one hand where she decided to break up her tempai when she drew the 4-cell to pursue like a bigger hand, I thought was pretty. That's pretty standard for her playstyle, and it's paying dividends.
It seemed like in the second Hanshan that both Ashuna and Queenie were getting a lot of good tiles, and they were both using it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So I
also think that Point Blanket wasn't a really tough decision, especially in the later parts of the round where you're coming off of the third place. You're in fourth place right now. If you don't win hands, the problem is if you go for big value hands and you don't end up winning them, then the lead or the differential, like the score differential, is just going to grow and grow and grow.
Right. Mahjong is
a
win more game.
Right. You saw that with Ashiyuna's dealership where he just kept winning points and like the differential just kept increasing. So there might have been a play where Point Blanket decides enough of this Hanshan. I'm just gonna like live with these scores and like try to play the best in the next two Hanshan. Instead, I think he tried to push for his hands a little too much, and it ended up biting him.
We are in East 1 of Hanshan 3 now.
And Queenie starts with a massive hand.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the hands where it could potentially be massive, or it could potentially be like kind of disappointing, depending on how the draws go out.
I mean, it's probably 29 at the minimum.
That's true.
And it's like Rian Shanten already.
What is Rian Shanten?
2 away from winning. Or 2 away from Tempai.
Looks like she's going full on Tanya mid. He wants to draw around the Formon. And she's planning to draw into the Dora.
Yep.
Oh, it'll be tough. The couple of the Dora are already out there.
Yeah, that's about average.
Austin, was it you or Daniel that gave me the statistic of how many Dora should be on the field somewhere by the end of the first row of tiles?
So first 4 discards, because all of the tiles are in play, there should be 2 tiles, 2 Dora tiles in the wall and 2 Dora tiles, like in someone's hand or on the field. Rachel's potential Sanako hand, and then
forces the Sanako.
She does like her Toitsu.
Sakigiri, the Sanako.
Yeah, I think point. The 7 so Onko in Rachel's hand really hurts, but he still has a very nice. I don't think he wants to take this senpai, yeah.
This is amazing.
Forces the Sanako. Unfortunately for Rachel, her weights are dead. And Point's gonna chase with him. Oh, this is so good.
Oh,
this is exactly what he needs. A 3-sided weight, but a lot of his weights are in Rachel's hands. So.
There's one so.
Yeah, but Rachel can't win her hand because Masha and Asuna are never going to play the 7-pin or the 5-mon.
There's one so and one Dora. So 2 in the wall. Oof. That's
left.
Unfortunate. 1 in the wall.
But
and he gets it!
Right, that makes things a lot more interesting. Oh, and that was the Uradora. That's a Baimon.
Oof.
Yeah, if Point gets like 60,000, then he's maybe sort of back in the game.
He is basically back in the game. The biggest thing about this was Queenie's Oyabon, so she got pushed into 4th place right from the get-go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That dynamic where now Queenie has to fight for points.
This makes her 5,000 points behind Eshi, which means she's actually pretty far away. This puts her pretty far into the second.
Yeah, that really spices things up. I think if Lancia was Oyo, for example, the fact that Queenie dealt a Ricci stick and she also took the Kabari, which was 4,000 points, or sorry, 8,000 points.
And Ashuna has this killer hand right now. Potentially killer hand. It's like a million Shanten, but what? I did not even realize. Never mind! Point has an even more massive hand, just like on the 3rd draw.
Yeah, this could be a dealer Hanemon. If he draws 3 tile. Sadly for him, there's only one 9-mon in the wall, but one 9-mon is one 9-mon.
Oh, 0-9-1.
Oh, that sucks. And Rachel Senpai, she's definitely going to deal. Yeah. And the 5-pin is looking really nice right now.
Oh. Oh, at least not the 9-1.
That was interesting. I think Lancia, he wants to protect his bishop for sure, so he was gunning for his hand.
Doesn't really have anything safe. Like, what's he gonna draw? 5-7 9-pin? Deal into Queenie?
He had safer options than the 6-mon, like the 5-pin, as you said, which would have dealt into Queenie, but I think his MO right now is just to like milk the most out of his dealerships that he can, given how far behind he is.
Queenie starts basically Ishanten for Sanako again. Unfortunately, I think her Sanako's dead.
If she calls the pawn or not, that's the real question. She wants to call the east tile. And she elects not to take the first one. Is she gonna take the second one? Okay.
Neither of
She takes the Champon weight as well, so she wants to potentially pivot into Toy Toy in some variations.
Or if she knows that she's gonna get the win.
then that puts Lancia into 4th place, and Queenie gets a little bit of room, but it's still very close. Point has a really monster hand to capitalize on the situation now.
It
So
really needs it too. Oh yeah, this looks great.
Yeah, reach Sumo, Pinfu, Tanyao, Ipeiko. There we go.
Ishanten.
Time for another potential dealer Hanemon.
Well, he has a good shot of not hitting the Pinfu.
Right, but if he draws into 3-pin, then it's golden.
I don't think he's gonna draw the 3-pin.
That's true, Lancia has 3 of them in his hand, but he could draw into like 5-pin, for example. And then generate the Pinfu that way. Or there's one way to get rid of the con 3-pin. It was guaranteed for Pinfu or Chitoi.
Yeah, he's perfect Tenpai, or perfect Ishanten. Oh, there you go.
And then it elects not to reach you.
Pinfu, Tanya, and Ipeiko. Why would he not reach this?
Yeah, with his deficit, I think he definitely...
Like, he has to at this point. Like, if he Sumo's here, that would be so tragic.
is thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. Should do it.
リーチ
There you go.
Yeah.
楽しみ
Looks like 3 in the
No,
wall.
the 8 mon is dead, but there's 3 5-mon, so...
I don't know, Queenie might push the 8 one. Or just see pots! Alright, cool!
ちょうだい
Alright, that's the
Amazing.
Hanemon.
Yeah,
一発
that actually puts him back into the game!
汎用
That's great.
羽マン
He needs to keep up this momentum, though. I don't think he should let up with his Oyabon.
He is currently positive overall now.
And more importantly, he brings down Queenie and Ashiyuna.
No, even with minus 14k here, Queenie's not that far down. Queenie's at like 400 and something still, so Point's got some ways to go, but definitely he's actually back in the game.
So the interesting thing here now is that Point has like some decisions that he needs to make. For example, there's some hands where he can like target Queenie and try to get Lancia ahead while basically bringing down Queenie, you know? Or he can just like go for Ricci and then aim to continue signaling.
Potentially switching into Honitsu here. Or just 1,000. 1,000 would be okay.
Yeah,
too.
if he draws the 3-mon, I think he's going to switch to Honitsu. There's already one south played, but the north looks pretty good. Queenie is having none of it, she just wants a quick Tanya hand to end this. Well, you can pivot into Toy Toy here as well.
Does she reach? This is a pretty awful
Good.
weight. Suji 7 though.
リーチ
Okay.
楽しみ
Or
Which is
wait,
the
what?
other way.
The
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
weight?
3 so. Except there's a wall. There's 3 of them.
That's
just
unfortunate. No, one wall.
So-
It worked for a point last time.
チー
Oh, Ashiyuna wants to fight the Ricci. Oh, the 3-pin might come out of... No, he's gonna bail with the...
He's at 63.9, he doesn't need to push this. Not against Reach and obvious Tenpai.
It's still a dealership to protect, and he had like a pretty good hand.
I don't think dropping 3-pin here is a good way to protect your dealership. You could get Tenpai still.
Yeah, we'll see. He has like flexibility in his hand, so... Like, for example, this 7-man might be up on.
Two
Size-
safe tiles. But
Yeah,
he can
it's
still get
okay.
Tenpai. Like, he draws maybe, 2 pin, 7 pin, drops 9 into 2/7 one.
Mhm.
You can still get Tenpai.
Ashiyuna's just dropping it like it's hot. He wants to protect that second place.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it still looks pretty bad.
yeah, close to the door.
And a 7 so drop.
And he can take Kara-ten right now if he decides to throw. Instead, he throws the Doro, which is a little. That could have easily been a 7-9 so, and then he would have paid into some real big damage, but he gets up.
Yeah.
I do think that was potentially one of the moments where he forgot it was Dora, or he was just willing to push the Suji. Oh, the 3 so actually might be dangerous. Nope, 7 pin instead.
T.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, point doesn't want.
Oh, for the high take. Yeah.
High take, yeah.
Tenpai.
Well, that dealership's over.
The thing is here, even if point stays at 62, 63, Queenie and Rashuna are still gonna be at 300, 400. Also, wait, what is this?
What?
Ishanten for Honitsu? Or not Ishanten, Ranchanten. That's a
Who's
5,
Ranchanten?
6, 7, 7, 7, 8. Point is Ranchanten for Honitsu. Oh, Ashuna is also Ranchanten for Honitsu? Huh. Spicy. And Lancha is also Ishanten for Pinfu? Dora? Reachment for Dora?
Well, it's kind of interesting that Point didn't take the Tenpai there on the one slip-on. I guess he doesn't like the 3 so, and it's also just 2,000 points.
Honitsu Nomi? I don't think he should take that.
It would be enough to get rid of Queenie's dealership, I think. I think that's massive. But it looks...
3 so?
And he gets into 10
Oh.
2 so 3 so late.
Yeah, that looks good. That's easy Mangan.
Yeah, the 2 so is going to drop out of everyone's hand, including maybe Lansha's.
No, Lansha can switch into something like Sanshoku? No, he's not. I don't know. Oh,
No, his... yeah.
Wait.
He's not Tenpai yet,
Okay.
never mind.
T.
I baited myself. The 6 so and the 9 so, what we're missing?
So Queenie is attempting to get Tanya.
Yeah, she's dealer. This is 29. It's fine.
This is a pawn, I think, then.
Oh.
Yeah, and then which side? Yeah, let's go for the 5-8 so instead of the 2-3 so wait. I'm guessing because he saw the 2-2 so out.
There's like a million 2-so out, yeah. Yeah, what's Ashuna gonna do with that 8-so in his hand?
Yeah, it looks like Ashinu's hard bailing. Though if he hits Senpai, I feel like he's going to push it.
There's 2 in wall for 8-so.
Yeah, this might be the push. That's
Oh, because
anyways.
yeah.
それちょうだい。チュン、本一。
Everyone's feeding point.
Yeah, point is definitely back into the game. That's huge. Ashina went from 2nd place to 4th place.
Yep.
And if Lancia can rack up some points, then that's going to be 4th from Ashina, 3rd from Queenie, and then a point and Lancia 1st and 2nd. That's going to make for a very interesting final Hanchan.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lancia, he's kind of out of the game at this point.
Yeah, but Point has a monster hand right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, he's already Tempi.
He elects to say Dama as well. Which I kind of like, because he can snipe Queenie with this and then put Lancia into 2nd place.
Do you think Queenie would drop the 9s?
No, she would
She's
drop
gonna
the
drop the
3s.
6 for sure, though.
Oh, the Dora. There's 2 in wall for 9s.
And 2 and 1 for
wall
6.
Yeah.
リーチ。
Oh.
Sumagiri Richi's, once he sees that Queenie is pushing and is called.
Yeah,
And-
Queenie's like 99% chance of dropping 6-1 here.
Yeah, it's pretty likely. This fight, so yeah, no question. Oh, she draws.
Ooh,
Only gets into
Tempai.
Tenpai that way.
1 in wall. But Ashuna might cut 3-so if he draws 7 pin.
リーチにゃ。
Oh, 2nd.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Yeah. Wait, what is this
Lancia?
5-mon con for Reach Nomi? What?
I think Lasha knows he needs to make something happen with his dealership. That's the only reason why he'd reach there.
But what?
Yeah, it is Shikoku, but
Wait, why not reach with the 6-mon on the? No, that's just as bad.
yeah.
What? Oh no!
Oh, and he plays him with the Lost 9-mon.
ロン。
No, his way is
Tragic.
awful. What?
Oh,
What?
リーチ。ピンフ。ドラ2。ドラ。
No, I can see the rationale behind it. If he doesn't believe that 5-mon is in Point's hand or Queenie's hand, then it's a toss-up between whether it's in the wall or if it's in Ashiyuna's hand. And then also, in Ashiyuna's hand and Tiger generates like, if an 8-mon gets played, then there's the Nakasuji, so it might come out of Ashiyuna's hand if he runs out of safe tiles. So there's reasons why you would elect to take the 5-mon there over the 3-mon wait.
who's off to a good start right now?
I think everyone's hands are pretty meh. Ashiyuna looks like he has the best hand right now. And then Tiger also, Lancia potentially has like Chitoe. If he can draw into a Dora, then that's his honeymoon out and is back into the game.
The problem is I don't think that's gonna put him back in the game. Even if he gets 2nd here, that's not gonna put him back in the game.
It'll mean that he has a shot in the final round at least. Instead of having to get like 100,000 points, you'll need like 80,000 points.
Not a great shot here.
Yeah. He really needed that way up on there.
But the reach on the 5-mon? I don't know.
He really didn't have many other options.
That's true. He couldn't get rid of the 6 either, right? So
Yeah.
the 2-mon is a safe drop. Well,
Like, even if the Ricci is like 1 versus 3, there's still a 25% chance that he wins that, assuming the 5-1 is 1 wall. So,
yep.
like, you need to play your odds. Especially when you're at such a deficit. So I can't for making the choice he made.
Yep, Lancha seems to be gunning for Suanko or something at this point.
Yeah, he definitely wants that Suanko right now.
Ashuna Ishan 10.
Looks like he's going to autopilot his way to Senpai soon.
Yeah.
I think the other players are that close.
I mean, Lancha's technically Ishan 10 from Chitoy, but I don't think he's gonna take it.
Yeah, that Chitoy doesn't do much for him, whereas the Suanko would change the game.
So this going back to earlier where I said that Lancha said there's a point where all you should go for is Yakuman.
Yeah, now he's approaching that territory.
All right, so now he's in that
territory.
Oh, there you go. 3-pin cut.
He drew another Onko, so there's 2 non left in the wall. There's one on. There's 1 south left. And then 1 4-mon left as well.
And 2 6-0? It's actually not terrible. There aren't 2 more draws. He's gotta draw perfectly.
Yeah, he needs perfect draws here. It's looking pretty grim.
Alright, perfect draw. Aww.
Oh, and Ashio hits tempo.
Wait, really? Yeah, I guess.
Because you get E-pots and you get Haite and like all the goodies if you similar to that.
Well, Launchad's a 100% safe tile. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
No 10.
Okay, so Ashina keeps his dealership.
Yep.
And he wins some fat senpai payments. 0.777.
He's the winner!
Literally jackpot.
Huh. Ashuna's Ishanten? From like non-Dora? That would be great.
I feel so bad for Lansha right now because
Kokushi!
he has the comeback hand, except there's only 1 9-pin left in the wall. Oh, but he got
it! Oh snap!
Alright, he fixed like the hardest part of his hand, so Kokushi's dream is alive.
But 1 pin, 2 in the wall.
That's fine. The thing about 1 pin and the Haku as well is that they're very likely to drop from the opposition. So like if point gets hit by a Kokushi, then this is like a very different game.
The Haku I'm not too worried about, but the 1 pin, there's a good chance Lanchan doesn't get it, especially when this happens.
Well, he's gonna push 100% into this.
Of course.
He doesn't do much good.
Still playing it safe? Ooh. Oh no, he's up to it. I don't think point needs to deal that. But Queenie's in a tough spot. Oh. But it's
that
just
sucks.
Nomi, so... And more like killed Lanchas. It's just Nomi.
I mean, it does put Ashina into second place. The real loser is Lancia, because he had basically like 2 Yakuman chances to back, and he missed both of them.
Yeah. But he didn't get Tenpai for either of them. It wasn't particularly close, but...
He is Ishanten.
Yeah, that Ishanten was really good. There were 3 Haku Wall, and then the one pin was going to drop out from Ashina.
Yep.
So, it's pretty unfortunate.
You got Ishanten both times.
Also, if Queenie ends 3rd and Ashina ends 2nd, that puts everyone like about the same for first.
Yeah, they'll be neck and neck.
That'd be a
It'll just be Uma differences. So it'll be a 3-way race for first place, and then Mancha has to
Kingmaker
win a bunch of Yakuman.
He's gotten really close. I have a feeling he's gonna get one of these Yakuman someday. This is also Nomi.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no way he's getting last at this point, right? So just take your 1300 and run with it.
Yeah, and Queenie's pushing as well.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately.
Isa's coming out of the hand.
Maybe? No. Yeah,
all those ones.
Oh.
Which is fine.
It's no.
Queenie has points to spare as well. The Nash is potentially in range of Lancia.
Yeah, I don't know what Lancia's gonna do at this point. He's got 5 for Kokushi, 6 for Kokushi. It's not really Honitsu or Chinitsu or anything that generates value at this point.
It looks like a garbage hand.
Because it is a garbage hand.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy with that, no matter how many points I had.
No, I'd be really happy.
He needs a bunch of good draws. That's all. If he draws into a Dora, for instance, suddenly his hand has value and he can call with him. So it's not like the worst hand.
I mean, if I was first with like 150,000, sure, I'd take this hand. And he has a pretty good hand to get second. Dora?
Yeah, Queenie is not interested in the Dora. It's interesting, because her hand doesn't have enough value to overtake Ashina without the Uridora right now, so losing that value out kind of sucks.
She probably has to force Tanya at this point to be enough.
Nah, I think she's going to pray for the Uridora. And then
no, there's a 3-so pair. Force the Tanya. Yeah. See?
Yeah, she's really going hard for it.
And that means Ron is enough and Sumo is a tie?
Yeah.
Which means she wins the tie.
Right. Sheena's hand is like pretty wide.
Yeah. That's perfect Ishanten plus with the 3-sided weight.
And there we go, and he takes the 5/8 pin weight.
Nice. And immediately gets it.
Yep.
So yeah, everyone is actually really close.
Yeah. Point got exactly what he wanted, and then everyone except one is kind of just out of the game. He doesn't get to play Mahjong. He gets to play a Yakuman simulator. Yes, so Oshino in first at 51.9 points, Queenie in second at 38.1, Point third in 14.7, and Lancia negative 100. It's going to make for an interesting final match. It means, first of all, Ashina and Queenie are uh, they're in Uma placement. Like that, their differential means that like if one of them gets second and the other gets third, that's enough to win the game. For Point, he needs to put Ashina in third while he gets first, and then Queenie in second place would be enough. With a little bit of buffer. Or if Point can put Queenie in third place and Ashina in fourth place, that would also work because of how the PML UMA works. Where second and third place, there's a 20 UMA differential, but first and second and third and fourth, there's a 15.
The Lancia has some output here.
Yeah, this is just all of the UMA permutations.
Launcha to win over Ashi. 141. Good luck there.
I mean, it's looking pretty rough, but we'll see. I'm going to be interested into whether players are going to like just try to end Lancia's dealerships, or are they going to just treat it as if like nothing happened? Go for their big hands, and then if Lancia does do something like Ricci, they're just going to play out.
Yeah, I think the other three can just treat Launcha just not existing.
Yeah. Until he like clicks the Ricci button or Ponza Dora or something.
Yeah, and you just like fail and then like just pretend he doesn't exist.
Right.
Like his dealership, if anything happens with him, just don't play that round. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
You just don't want to direct points into Launcha.
Looks like the players are getting ready for the final round.
Yep.
Looks like the players are readying up, and they're going to get right into it. Never mind, someone's not ready.
Yeah, Ashley and Rachel can pretty much. They can just win with whatever.
Yeah.
They just need to win. But Point still has some work to do. It's also tough because, like, if either... Well, no. No, I think if Point gets first, he can pretty much do whatever also. Except have Ashi get second.
He'll be tight, for sure. He needs Ashuna in third or fourth.
Yeah.
Kind of unrelated, but the gameplay update, patch 7.27 just came out for Dota.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't put Voodoo Mask. Like is spell lifesteal? What the heck is this?
They want to make that a thing.
Holy Locket, which is the magical stick upgrade, you can target allied units with it, so you can use it as a heal.
Oh, they made
Heal.
Locket less useless.
Yeah. It was so bad.
This is kind of nuts.
I didn't remember the locket change though when I looked at it earlier.
I mean, still not a big heal.
Yeah, given how late you get it in the game, but it's nice.
Yeah, because like the wand is like free, basically.
Yeah.
But
Well, it looks like it's already.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes.
5 minutes to discuss the Dota patch.
Yep.
I like that the drums has mana regen again.
Huh. That is pretty cool. There aren't any, like, really. Putting it on drums is cool. And it got, like, mega buffed actually, damn.
I feel like the stat removal to a lot of items is seems pretty big nerf.
It's interesting. It means that heroes are gonna be like a lot less tanky with those items, right? Because you don't get that good. You don't get like that 100, 200 HP from the strength. Yeah, like Crimson Guard got nerfed pretty hard, where it doesn't get the 3 all stats, and the cooldown got. Oh, the cooldown got reduced, but it doesn't give the all stats.
I think like the Crimson Guard was already like pretty situational, and when it was good, it still does that really well, which is like dealing with illusions, like illusion-based heroes.
Yeah. So Silver Edge builds out a Mecha Saber now? What
Yeah,
the?
that's an interesting.
Wait, what does Shadowblade build into?
It still builds into that.
Oh,
Yeah,
both build
Silver
into
Edge
that?
requires Shadowblade and Echo Saber.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Good. Like Echo Saber is an interesting item, but when it didn't build into anything, it ended up being something you sold late game, which feels kind of odd for an item that's so expensive to be something you just sell and you replace.
Yeah, so it's nice that it builds into Shadowblade or Silver Edge now.
See, I apparently not following any tournaments. I think I got this. Never mind.
Oh, then Blade Mail got mega nerfed. It doesn't give 8 int anymore.
It gives passive return damage now. I don't know how much that is.
Oh, so it's like a mini centaur passive.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like. Oh, we still have a minute, 2 minutes. See, there was some attack speed something that I thought was interesting, and I don't remember what it is. Oh yeah, the other thing about the Drum of Endurance I thought was interesting was the buff to the attack speed. Like, I know it doesn't give the the 35 to 45. I feel like that's a pretty big change. There are a lot of heroes I feel like I would want to build that on them now. Just because of that change. Like the mana regen plus that change. I was already like, I had not been paying attention, and over time, the like Midas attack speed buff had slowly been had slowly been buffed. Like in my brain, I still had it at like 25 attack speed, whereas recently it did a lot more, and I think they. Anyway, I remember feeling like the 40 attack speed was a pretty noticeable amount on a lot of heroes at that point in time.
Alrighty, we are starting.
Wait, Dota talk is over.
Rip Dota.
And we're going to get right into it. This is the final Hanchan of the PML Arena League. It's been 3 months leading up to this, pretty much. And it all gets decided here.
Can't help. There's this in a battle where there can be only losers.
Who will win?
Hmm.
Where's that from? That's what popped into my head.
Everyone here is a winner. Let's be real.
Yeah, like everyone here has a winning hand. I guess just some people have more winninger hands than others.
Some people won their hands and some people didn't win their hands. And that's how we got here.
Saying that more as like that some mimetic element popped that quote into my brain, even though it didn't fit here at all.
Alright, so Ashina decides to go pure tile efficiency and cuts the Dora. It's pretty interesting. He could have like floated in his hands for a value and potentially like 6, 7, 8 Sanshaku, but it looks like he values the potential Ryanman created by the 2-so, 3-so. And just like those general outs. And then Queenie's Senpai or Ishanten for Cheetah right now. And Point has a nice Ishanten for in his hand as well.
Pretty wide ones too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, is he gonna take the Kantusa? Decides to Dama. He doesn't have really too many tells to say that the wait. Oof, this is so Point is deciding to Oikake Lansha Zuichi.
One wall versus a lot in the wall.
But the 5-so comes out, so then 2-so is Suji for both of them, which makes it a little bit more dangerous from a If he doesn't
Yeah.
have to defend with, you could easily come out of his hand. Dora drop.
Unfortunate.
Well, the Forso is safe now. Wait, Bale's a 9 months G. Last shot gets Tsumo. Okay, so right off the bat, this puts point at a little bit of a disadvantage, but it's still pretty flat. And now this is a do or die oil bomb for Lancia, pretty much. If he gives this up, he only has one more chance. So he has to rack up as many points as possible. It's not looking good right now.
If, for example, Ashi is not 4th, Lancia needs 141,000, so he has to be at least halfway there. So he needs like to end at 80 if he wants to even have a chance.
Yeah, he needs to make something happen. He's just gonna pray for all his tell efficiency draws. Looks like he's even keeping like the pen 3 mon alive. And he went Fury 10 on the 9 pin, which is really unfortunate that he threw that out the first turn. But that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah.
The point is Ishanten for his Itsu hand.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wins that, then it's back to or he overtakes Ashina and Queenie.
Ashina has 2 Doras sitting in hand with this not especially great shapes.
I mean, he has the Ramen and the Kanton, it's not the worst.
Yeah, not the worst. And easily upgradable.
Right. Yeah, these hands again look like they're going to clash. Queenie's also Ishanten with good weights. Ashina looks to play the one first, and then point Richi's on his Tsuji Itsu.
楽しみ
There's only one left in the wall, but I have a feeling it's going to come out of Ashina's hand if he draws it. Same with Queenie. Fights with the 6 pin.
Ashina sees all the door basically though.
Mm-hmm. He sees 3 out of 4, which is enough.
I mean, he also sees 2 8s. 3 8s. He sees 3 8s, so like.
And he draws into temp. Yes, he draws into temp.
It's gonna cut.
For 7 pin. Oh, that sucks. If he flips the Iridor, this is gonna be huge. And he does. Panemon.
Oh.
Right off the bat.
That's.
And that gets rid of Lancia's dealership, so he only has 1 more. And now Point has some real work to do.
FBI.
Not only does Point need to overtake Ashina, he also needs to make sure that Ashina is in like 3rd or 4th. So the fact that he amassed this lead is really hard for Point now. But he did manage to stage like a really big comeback in the game, so that's possible. If Ashina wins this Dora hand in his dealership, it's going to be looking pretty grim.
Not for Queenie.
Even Queenie is going to have to generate some plays in order to overtake him. It's hard.
She does, but she has 2
The content
dealerships.
as well.
And the last dealer. She decides the pace of this game.
Oh. That's interesting. So he wants the 678 Sanshoku. Which is an open manga.
Well, that Sanchoku looks pretty dead right now.
Yeah.
But the Tanya Dora is
So you can pivot with the 8, so yeah.
still pretty good.
58. If he draws into the Lost Dora, then he gets his manga back.
Nope. One of each left.
Oh, and Queenie's gonna gun for Chinitsu here. So she's going to full balls to the wall.
Wow. That means the Dora is available. That's actually really scary.
Yeah, she will throw the Dora. Without a doubt.
That's an easy 11-6 incoming.
Is Point gonna take this Ricci? It's not very valuable, but he kind of. And there's 3-1-1 out. He's gonna Dalma and try to draw the chin.
Wait. Oh, He elects to not even go for the 1-1 wait.
Right. Because if he draws into the chin, then he has a better 5-8-1 weight. Now he's gonna reach it, I think. Oh, he's trying to generate value via like Son. And as Yuna draws into Tenpai, the 3-pin is still at large. The problem is the chins are both in Lancia's hands. They're never coming out, and then if
neither is the 5.
into the 3-pin, it's looking grim.
Now the 5s are out. The 8-1.
Oh, is Lancia gonna drop this Forso? He has Soanko Ishanten, and then that's gonna deal right into Rachel's hands. And the Forso looks pretty good because of the 6-so wall that he sees.
What? The 1-4 is super alive. What?
Okay,
Oh no, the 1-4 is a 1
7-1
chance. It's a 1 chance.
yeah.
Well, he chills for a bit. The 7.
There was the 7-1 first, which was safe.
He knows.
I shouldn't have to push this. There's no.
Actually, Yuna decides to fold. Digimon comes out. Oh, that 7-pin would have been it. That would have been the 58, but Yuna. I guess the 7-pin was kind of hard to push in, and he does have some buffer.
Yeah, I guess it's okay that he doesn't win this game. He actually would prefer if the game progressed, and it only costs him, like 2,000.
No, you definitely prefer to take the 58 there.
Oh yeah, you prefer to take the 58, but you don't need to deal into like a Mongon potentially. Then you
right, there's no risk.
Now you're probably losing 1,500 if you just like don't do anything. And if you also don't do anything, you just lost 2,000, which is not that different. You're still in a but you're still in a good first place lead. Especially when Lancia is in second. Actually, it doesn't matter. You have to get first. Actually, it has to get first.
Yeah, you have to fend off Queenie. But if Lancia's second and Queenie is third, no matter how close the points are, Ashina will still win.
Yep.
Point has another like pretty quick hand shape-wise, but it's still lacking in value, so he really wants to try to utilize that. I think he missed the Chitoi out with the 6-so. For me, the Ryankang shape was a little I think that was like a little ignorant of Chito there. And then for Ashino's hand, it's Ishan's turn right now. I'm going to be interested to see whether or not he decides to reach you. Or he just selects to stay Dama and stealth ends Queenie's dealership.
If he ends up on the 4-7 pin Tenpai, I would very likely see him Dama then. Especially if he draws Ipeku.
Draws into Rianpeku. There's the 7 pin there, so he has a really wide pin now. Basically any of the Suzu does it for him. And points dead 7 to the store to generate some sort of value.
Oh, he has to. What is he gonna reach with? Nomi? He can easily draw a 3 or 5 pin.
You can draw a 4 pin and go that route as well.
Yeah, less good, but yeah.
Wait, less good?
I guess not less good. Not much better.
But a worse weight.
No, it's gonna reach this.
He wants.
No, wants the 5.
He's so hesitant to pull the trigger here. He wants upgrades to. Either he wants the 5 pin or he wants the 6 one, I think, for Tanya. Generate value.
Yeah, 26 here would not be that great.
So he's really thinking over it. Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
So he doesn't want to throw Hatsu into Queenie's pawn. He doesn't want Queenie to have get more points on her dealership. So it's Shibori on the Hatsu unless he draws into the 4 pin. Same. He draws back into the 2 pin. Yeah, he doesn't want to play the Hatsu here. Ashiyuna hits Tenpai. I think he's going to Dama with the 5-8 so. Yeah, Miss Takame, there's one of left. Taiga, Cheese. And he's gonna drop Senso? Yeah.
It's pretty good weight. Or pretty good weight on paper.
Are you going to bail with your Naimon? Yeah, Rachel might actually make it into Tenpai if she can draw into the last one, so...
Where's the last Hatsu?
Oh... Is Ashina going to play 1-so or 4-so here? This is pretty big. He plays the 4-so... That was actually huge, the fact that he played 4-so over 1-so there.
Wait, why?
Because the 1-so Shonpai and Rachel opened up with the 1 pin, so he was scared of the toy outs. That was actually really clutch.
Nice.
He got rid of Rachel's dealership that way.
Nice. That's good. Ishan 10.
Point is Ishan 10, but if he calls the Hatsu, he doesn't have any value, so he might get lost on the first one. Except Ashina also calls, so...
I think he has to at this point.
Yeah, he might have to just call the Hatsu and settle for a wrench on here. This is his lost dealership, so he cannot afford to give it up lightly.
Not only does he have to get at least 24,000 to get Ashu also below him, he also needs like an additional like 10, 20-ish.
He needs to make up that deficit.
Mhm.
So the point Alexa, he sees the 1-1 pawn and is like, I'm out of here. I'm just leading that Rianmin and going for the 3-5-7 instead.
Yeah, the 4-6 looks better than the 1-4 here. Oh, it's unfortunate. He's dropped like 8-9, 2-2.
You're interested to see if okay. So he takes the 3-3-5 over the 3-5-7. Now he can pawn the 3-pin and go out to Zuke. And potentially has 3-4-5.
Yeah, there's only one door left, so I don't know if we should keep the 2 so
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, he has to take this.
Is
3-1 or
4-1.
4-1? I mean, you can't even upgrade this weight.
Right, because of the 7-1. That would be one reason to choose the Shampoo over the Kanchan, but there's also a bunch of like 1-pins out, so it's rough. If you want to take like the immediate better weight would be the 4-1, I think. And the Shampoo would be if you want upgrades.
Like, you can draw a 4-pin.
Right, if you went for the Shampoo. But the 4-1 is better in the movement.
No one should drop Manzu at this point, though.
Right, but there's more in the wall. Just from like that's a 3-pin played.
Ah.
And so he went into Fury Time,
Well, I guess it works.
全部ちょうだい
yeah. I think that was the same call you had where Point was thinking, okay, no one's gonna drop Manzu here anyway. I gotta Tsuma this myself. I may as well choose the one with more weights.
Ah, fair enough. Good point.
And it ends up working out, and now he has a really big shot to get back into the game. It's a beautiful hand.
Yeah, this looks great. North, maybe? 1 pin? North.
The Ishan already
Yeah, amazing.
in turn 2, and his weights are amazing. Is he gonna take the perfect? Yeah, he does.
Nice. Perfect plus, actually. When your Ishanten is better than perfect Ishanten.
Yeah, I think we should scratch. I think Perfect Ishanten is like a really weird name. I think there's better names for that Ishanten. It's called like Rianmen plus. Or your point, you gotta be a bit anxious when you like draw into it. And you can see people throwing like 2-pin or 2-mon, 8-mon. But he's not desperate enough to take that 8-pin pawn, which I like. It's really good. Especially if he draws into the Dora. Oh, and he draws into the 7-pin. Reaches on the 2-5-8 mon.
リーチ
And if he can Dora, then he's back into the game.
I was really hoping that he would draw the 5 or the 8 so, and then that Point would draw the 5 or the 8 so, and then he'd have like super beach in hand.
No, Pinfu would have been massive there because if he summons the Dora and then flips an Uradora, then he had a Hanuman chance.
Yeah.
But here his Hanuman chance is only the lost 6-0 with the Uro 3.
It's got 2 in the wall.
1 in the wall, yeah. Oh, there's none in the wall now.
Okay, now there's rip.
Yeah. He still has the 8 pin. If he summons the Dora. And even though he started out the hand with like such a nice Yishantan,
His hand is blocked.
yeah, there's a pretty good chance that Point doesn't win this hand.
Unfortunate 0 in wall. No?
He doesn't get it. But at least he secures a wrench on. You definitely want to get more out of that hand. How beautiful it was at the start.
天杯
The fact that Queenie managed to sneak her way into Tenpai is also pretty amazing.
The 3-sided one too.
Yeah. The best thing about that is that Ashuna gets points taken away from him.
Oh wow, it's a good start again. Not just like what even is this?
So we're in South 1. What's possible now?
Right now, anything is still possible.
Anything is still
Plus his
possible.
dealership.
Yeah, top 3 are still relatively close to each other.
They're like pretty even.
I mean, Ashi definitely has the upper hand here. But with this South call and the Dora, like easy calls. Yeah, like this is a very likely to end with Point winning another hand, or at least tempying for another hand. In which case,
He takes the chi there, and I think he's gonna take. Yeah.
Chi.
So he throws the Kanchan and he takes the 3-3-3-5 pin. Only person right now that can challenge Point is Rachel. Senpai. Looks like they're gonna fight Senpais.
1
And Point has to basically push this.
I mean, that's
Because
not
the
even
dealership, it's gonna be.
it's not even a dangerous tile.
It has to push the hand.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, nice. Not even.
without the dealership. We got it.
Yep.
つも全部ちょうだい
That might be enough to put him into temporary second
ド
place.
ラ
Yeah, with the Richie stick and the home block. So now he can catch up to Ashuna, and then a little bit more.
It's a little bit more. Might be a little...
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, just like in the previous, the first game, like that home play count is racking up as well. 4 home play right now. I think, yeah, this could go either way. Oh, but Ashina's has Ishantan right now. And a pretty wide one at that. He has the 5-7 pin Kanchon block, but there's also a lot of chances to improve that shape.
Yeah, if he draws a 4-pin right now, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, if he draws a 4-pin and reaches on that Zimos, that that would put like a really nice buffer between him and Point. He draws it too. I'm surprised he threw the 5-pin first, so he isn't even interested in the 4-pin. He's just taking the safest Ishanten.
Yeah, it's way safer to do that.
And he's going to Dama, which is interesting. So he's not willing to risk the extra. He's not willing to risk like Point reaching into him. And there's a bunch of 2-so and 5-so he sees on the field, so there's not that many in the wall. And then Queenie drops the 5-so.
Yep.
There's another 1,000 points to add to Ashina's collection. And that also gets rid of Point's Oyabon, so it's going to be really rough from now. Like in Point's situation, it might be better to start thinking about targeting Ashina with some Damas. So the point differential between Ashina and Queenie is so big that it's hard to like bridge that gap as well and push Ashina into 3rd place. So Point really has his work cut out for him. And then Queenie as well, she needs to generate some sort of momentum going into her Oyabon. But Ashina has another good hand ready to cut Lancia's Oyabon.
It's got a pretty reasonable hand.
Another Dora? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If
Although
he goes 39 here, it's looking pretty grim.
Queenie also has a pretty good contender of a hand here.
That is true. She has a really nice hand looking right now.
So why is it nice?
Just the shapes are all good. There's like a bunch of Random and then the Dora and the Tanyao.
Very easy to beat Bin from Tanya Dora, or just like reach Tanya Dora.
So Ashina has the Ipeiko Ishanten, but he also has better outs with the 2, 3, 4, 5-so shape. Oh, Rachel draws into Anko of the 4-so.
Nice. She needs to cut around it. Or she can.
Yeah, she needs to cut a Ramen here.
I mean, she can cut the 4-6 mon here.
That's interesting. She doesn't elect to keep the 6-so for the 4-5-6 Sanchaku, but yeah, she chooses to have the 7-so as the floating safer tile, and she's just gonna bank on the value generated from Tanya and Dora.
Why did Point call that?
I think he just wants Tenpai, and he's planning to have Lancia also get Tenpai.
I see.
And then they're gonna bridge the gap that way.
Oh, Queenie is perfect Ishanten.
Yeah, but Ashina's Tenpai with the Con 4 pin, and there's one left. If Queenie draws into the 3 pin, then it's kind of toast. If she draws into the 6 pin, she might drop the 7 pin, in which case she can dodge the 4 pin weight. And she draws into Tenpai. It's looking pretty grim. Is she gonna take the... She does drop the 4 pin.
Oh.
And that's a fat Rongon hand.
That probably just secured him the game.
Yeah, now Queenie slips into 4th. It's looking grim. She does have the lost dealership, but she has a lot of ground to cover. And Lancia is officially in like triple Yakuman.
No, he's done.
He's looking for like what you're like Suanko, Sukansu, Daisangen, that kind of stuff.
Just needs 2 of those.
It's looking pretty grim. It's looking like Ashin is gonna take it.
That last Mongon probably just wanted
See if he like pushes his hand at all, or if he's just going to pass the dealership and then aim to snipe Queenie's dealership.
If he goes for like Chitoy here, that'd be great. He can bail at any time with those
Right.
Hatsu and Wanso. And 9-mon, like he has just a million save tiles.
Yeah, he doesn't need to incur any risk at all. He's just looking to end this round and then fight on Queenie's dealership. Queenie does have 2 Dora, so if she can make up some like value here, it would be nice, but the real battle is going to be the Lost dealership, where both Point and Lost are basically going for Yakuman. And Queenie and Ashina are going to fight it out to see who takes the prize.
Point can still get like 2 Hanimons and still take this.
Right. We shouldn't count him out yet. But if he doesn't,
If he doesn't win
then he
something
needs a Yakuman.
like amazing.
楽しみ
Rachel just wants her dealership.
Oh. Oh.
カン
Wow. Well, it could be scary.
Yeah, it really depends on the Eurodor now.
Could be
And also the-
Nine-pin.
Suji.
There's 2
So it's a
9-pin.
Lead drop.
3 in the wall, plus 2 9-pins available. You never know. Are you really gonna fight this point? No. Okay, good.
I mean, the thing is, if Point doesn't fight this, then he's confirmed Yakuman territory. If he does fight it and deals into like a Mongon, then he might be out of Yakuman Sumo range. I didn't do the calculations. But
Well, because Ashi's
This is
dealer
the
right
push.
now, a Yakuman right now would be great. If I don't think next round. No, the next round.
Yeah, next round a Yakuman should be enough.
Yeah,
Even if
he deals in, yeah.
this is 40k.
Mhm.
But
No, it looks like it's breaking up his hand.
yeah, so he's just gonna go for the Yakuman and all lost.
Still
The thing is,
3 in
it's
wall.
like multiple chances to generate that Yakuman, assuming Ashina doesn't just end it, because Queenie's never going to throw away her dealership.
Problem is, there's still 3 in the wall for. Well, I guess not anymore. 2 in the wall.
2 now, yeah.
So
Right.
There's
Like,
23
point.
tiles. 2 of them are 8-pin. She's got a really good
And she
shot.
has 2 draws left.
Really good shot on getting one of them.
It's like a 20-something percent.
That's pretty good. When it was 3, 3 with 30, that was much more spicy.
Oh, and she does get it on the last draw as well.
いつも全部ちょうだい
You guys are a couple draws ahead of me.
She doesn't get enough Eurodora there, but she does secure the Mongon, which helps a bit.
I think that's great for her. Mangan?
Yeah, that's definitely better than like just taking the Tenpai payments. But I think she would have liked to see the Eurodora for Hanuman. And now Point is the only thing he can do is Sumaku. I don't think there's anything he can do with this hand. Lancia is screwed. Ashina's looking for a quick hand to end Rachel's dealership and win the game, and then Queenie right now, how is she gonna play this hand?
Hakudora?
She might drop the Dora.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Get a 7-pin.
In her hand.
She draws a 7-pin, that'd be great.
Yeah, but she's the type of player that won't worry too much about that type of stuff. Shiyuno's hand's coming along.
picks up a door.
Yeah, he widens his outs.
Mhm.
He can also potentially call the 7 pin and go into Tanya as well if he really wants to. There's a lot of ways he can generate speed with this hand. He has 1 Onko, so he needs 3 more.
No, he's got 2
I'll give
pairs.
the 7 one.
Not the end of the
Is
world.
he gonna play the Tuso? Oh, likes to throw the door instead. That's interesting.
I guess Rachel throws door again.
Out of doors.
Yeah, so she's more interested in the shape of her hand than the value right now. She just wants another win and get that like Rinchen power going. The 3-mon doesn't mean anything to point right now. He needs to worry Yakuman here.
You should probably drop door at this point.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Once he sees that it can't be used for Onko. Launcha's in the position where he's like, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do right now.
Yakuman for good luck.
He's
needs,
not
like,
even
three
really going
Yakuman.
for it. Maybe. Oh,
Okay, that's a huge draw for Queenie. Now she has 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku potential, which would be enough for the dealer Mangon. That would bridge.
Maybe? I still don't see how she's gonna get it though.
Oh, she's throwing the Haku there. That's a risky play because if I guess her thoughts are that Lancia probably has a Haku in their hand and they're never gonna play it, so the Haku Toitsu isn't actually that strong.
Yeah.
Point hits Tempai, but he can't take this reach. He needs to find more Onkos.
Like, you can take the Tempai, you just can't take the...
Yeah, you can't run.
Yeah, you can't reach, you can't... Yeah, you can't run.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually only...
Definitely cannot sumo this.
Yes, he definitely should not sumo this. Gotta drop 6
Okay.
so 6-0 drop. Yep. Come on, alright, cool.
Right, Rachel has... Oh, she has Tanya now. If she gets Tanya and Sanshoku, that would be enough to put her into first place with the Hanema.
So what is Point waiting for?
1 6-0 left in the wall, so...
Point is waiting for 3-mon, 4-mon, 5-mon, 3-so.
Yeah, he needs a Yakuman. But there's only 3 draws left. And if Ashina is smart, he can just Shibori Queenie and make sure she never gets any of the tiles that she wants.
Oh wait, Queenie's not Tempai.
Exactly. Oh, but he dropped, so Queenie has to take this.
Chi.
That might have been a bit of a mistake from Ashina. He saw that Point drop the 3-so, so he knew that the 3-so was safe into Queenie, but that gives her Tempai.
Oh.
Yeah, he had drops like 4 pin and 1 pin that he could have used out of his hand that were guaranteed safe against Queenie. And oh, and she gets Itsumo.
つも全部ちょうだい
Ooh, wonder if that cost Ashi the game.
It potentially,
Cause that
if
would have
Queenie
been...
goes on a dealer rampage here, he
Yeah.
might live to regret that 3-so.
Oh. Maybe not.
Wait, how would it? Wait, I think I'm watching a slightly out exact. What would cost him the game? It was like only one.
Oh, Ashina discarded the 3-so, which Queenie cheated to get into Tempai. Where Ashina had 4 pin and 1 pin in their hand that were guaranteed. They were thrown by Queenie before, so it's very unlikely that Queenie needs those tiles to get into Tempai. So he had like safe discards for Queenie that he could have dropped. That wouldn't have given the Tempai. But Ashina does have like a really quick hand right now. And sadly for Queenie, it's hard for the East to drop from Point's hand because he needs some sort of like Yakuman chance. So this East is a lot harder to get than normal. But she draws.
リーチ楽しみ
How's Ashina gonna play this? Is he going to try to go for Champa and fight it?
He probably should. His weight is probably way better than this 4th turn reach.
Oh, and his weight's 2-5 4-pin?
Yeah. Dama too.
Oh, but now the 6-0 drops, so the 3-0 is 100% coming out Ashina's hand.
Oh.
Oh, but Hitsumo's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it.
Good game.
Congratulations to Ashina for winning the PML Korean League. Yeah, that was a nail biter of the finals right until the end. Even though Queenie's the 4th place right now, she definitely had a lot of chances. And Ashina kind of threw her a bone with that 3-0, but it worked out in the end. Do we want to do a winner's interview with Ashina?
Sure.
That's very appropriate.
Alright,
Let's get him in here.
yeah. So, what's up to Ashina? Congratulations on winning the PML Korean League. I think this is like the first online league we've ever done and gone all the way with. So, how do you feel?
I was very stressed out at the end of the game.
Especially because
Yeah.
Rachel has the dealership, right? And she's direct rival.
Pretty much. Yeah, and that Ricci at the end, I was like, well, I think that I have enough points that I have to push here because I can possibly just end the game.
That 3-so drop.
Yeah, the 3-so drop.
Yeah, I saw that it was safe, but I was like, I didn't think about the fact that she was not intent.
Right. It's really hard to like think about that type of stuff in tournament, right? In like a pressure situation. I'm sure you just saw like, oh, point through the 3-so, so it's safe, so I'm just gonna drop it.
That was definitely what I was thinking when I dropped.
Alright, but it ended up working out. And then in the last round, you fought the Ricci with the Naimon, and you ended up simuling your 5-pin for the win.
Yeah, because I thought the 3-sided way would be enough to give it a good.
Mm-hmm. So, like, walk us through each Hanchan. What were you thinking in the first Hanchan when Rachel was just going ballistic on you guys, and like she kept sumoing big hands?
There I just kind of had to play defensively and just keep whatever points I could hold.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't think that the hands that you drew into, like, they didn't have enough of speed or value to fight into those hands, so you just like played it safe?
Yeah, I think that game, most of my hands were progressive, other than like the one sumo. And I think everybody else was dealing the small hands, and Rachel got some big. So I just had to hold on to whatever points I could, hold on to placement at least.
Right, and then game 2, it was like really close until South round, and then you kind of went to the tear. What do you think like got you back into the game? Do you think it was the East pawn from point, or?
Yeah, I think that was pretty big. I don't think he expected me to have that pawn there, but it gave me a huge point.
Right, that cemented your lead with the dealer Hanuman, and then you went on to like win some more hands on your dealership. that basically put you like neck and neck with Rachel. And then game 3 happens. Like, what's going through your mind when Point suddenly starts making a comeback?
It was a little worrying because I think with that kind of a win in the third round, going into the fourth, that means that Point has a really solid chance at winning the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas without that, it was really between me and Rachel.
Yeah, so you would have preferred if it was just a two-way race for the top, but once Point started showing, it started winning hands, it was like a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I think it made things a lot closer. But I was able to get like a second place and barely positive after. So I think overall it was okay.
Yeah, and then you ended up going into the final match first place. What was like your mentality going into the round?
There was just a lot of traps I had to watch out for, like just to make sure, like first off, I'm above Rachel in this, and then make sure that Point doesn't get too big of a first. If I don't get first place, I think there was one pan in particular where I won a Mongon off Rachel, and that really kind of solidified the game. But it was still pretty close even towards the end.
Yeah, it was definitely anyone's game until the very end when you nailed it with that clutch 5-pin sumo. Yeah, Hamda, Konata, do you guys have anything to add?
Yeah, that Ipeko, Tanya, Dora you had off Rachel, that definitely was like super clutch for like really securing first. But what do you think was the most difficult part of this tournament?
The most difficult part is trying to focus through 4 really intense high level.
Yeah, it can be pretty grueling.
Especially like in the last hand, we're just trying to calculate all the points that everybody.
Mm-hmm. It was nice because Tiger was basically out of the game, so you only had to like figure it out the 3 people, and then Point didn't have his oil bond, so it's like, oh, he needs a Yakuman. But still.
That's still scary though. Like, I don't know if you realize, but Lansha was actually Ishan 10 for many Yakuman, and was actually Tenpai for Suanko. So, like, anything could have happened, but you guys actually diffused it quite nicely.
Yeah, Point accidentally diffused the Suanko with his non-draw in like the second game.
Yeah. I mean, he dealt into a Honeyman, but he did diffuse the game-changing Yakuman.
Mm-hmm.
What did you feel was happening when Point got up to 70,000 in Game 3?
Those were some really big hands.
Were you gonna fight him for it?
know.
Were you thinking about trying to fight him, or just like just let him have it? It's fine.
In that situation, you just try to keep second place as much as possible. Don't lose points when you don't need to.
I see. You don't want to try to like force yourself into first. Just get him down to 50. You get like 55. No.
No, I don't think so. Like with the overall tournament or the overall placements going into that game, I think I'm okay with him winning first as long as I don't get like fourth.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and that attitude seemed to work out towards the end. So yeah, again, congratulations on winning. Basically like the first online league we've ever done. It was like 3 months of, I think, the most mahjong that most people in our club have played. Like you guys had upwards of 100 games, and you 4 were clearly the ones on top. So like big props to that.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that concludes everything. Congratulations to Ashina for winning the first PML Karuna-chan League. Yeah, do you have like any final thoughts, Kanata or Honda?
Well, just
Good
thanks
game,
for
everyone.
following. And see you in next league.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.